and donuts from scratch. People who have shown travelers from all over the world all of the things there are to do and see and experience. What if greatness wasn't one of these things, or even a few of these things, but all of them together?
This message is brought to you by Warren County Government. This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals!
Green 2 Ground Electrical is a proud sponsor of the Front Royal Cardinals. Green to Ground is a Class A electrical contractor serving the Shenandoah Valley in Northern Virginia region. Building relationships since 2019 by being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. Offering both residential and commercial services, no job is too big for our team to handle. We are a licensed and insured company, serving customers peace of mind, one circuit at a time.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is, Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
What inspires us to build safer automobiles? People like Anna and David, who are always worried about the Chevy Cruze with a 5-star overall vehicle score for safety. Inspired by Anna, David, and Tanita. From what matters to you to what's important to us, Chevy runs deep.
This message is brought to you by your local Lindsay Chevrolet of Front Royal.
You're listening to Front Royal Cardinals baseball.
That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Trent Chipcode with the solo home run.
Live on StretchInternet.com and on the Royal Examiner website.
It is flying out into center field. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam into center field.
The 2022 Front Royal Cardinals season is presented by the Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping, the Town of Front Royal, Warren County Government, Cedarville Rotary Club, the Knights of Columbus, Christendom College, Midway Service Center and Towing, Dominion Health and Fitness, Culligan Water, Hazards Mill Farms, Brody Michael Foundation, Kenny Sports Shop, Woods Cove Assisted Living, Green to Ground, U.S. Inspect, Lindsay Chevrolet, TLC Settlements. Reaching out now, and the Front Royal Little League.
That is hit on the direction of left field. Looks to be foul. Did he make the catch? He did!
Now, here's the pregame show, live from Bing Crosby Stadium.
And we welcome you into Bing Crosby Stadium for Sunday evening action in the Valley League. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Alongside Matthew Wiseman, this is Cameron Whalen coming to you live from Bing Crosby Stadium for Cardinals baseball on the Front Row Cardinals Baseball Radio Network. As we get started into this game, we'd like to remind you that Hazard Mill Farms is this evening's sponsor. If you're planning on coming out, and you have a child especially, make sure you come on out as soon as possible, as Hazard Mill Farms is sponsoring 20 fishing poles to children this evening in honor of Virginia's free fishing weekend, or free fishing days, rather, this weekend from June 5th through the 7th. Anyway, Matthew, we have starting lineups to go through. We got a few quick things that happened yesterday. So we could go ahead and start with the lineups for the visiting Newmarket Rebels, if you'd like to.
Yeah, absolutely. So leading off for the Rebels today will be Kai Holiday. Kai Holiday is from Northeast Mississippi College. He's a sophomore, and he's from Belden, Mississippi. He's a right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower, 5'9", 155 pounds. He will be playing left field for the Rebels today. Playing center field, hitting second, will be Bryce Fowler. Bryce Fowler is a lefty-lefty, 6'2", 180, from University of Southern Mississippi. Sophomore from Madison, Mississippi. Hitting third today will be third baseman Peyton Parker. Peyton Parker is a right-handed hitter, right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower, 6'2", 210, from Stephen F. Austin State University, a junior coming out of West Monroe, Los Angeles. Hitting fourth is Garrett Wallace, playing first base today for the Rebels. He is a right-handed hitter, right-handed thrower, 6'1", 205, from Eastern Tennessee State University, sophomore from Sanford, Florida. Hitting fifth today, playing right field, will be Maddox McDonald, right-handed thrower, right-handed hitter. He is 6'1", 188, out of Louisiana Lafayette, and he is a sophomore from San Antonio, Texas. Hitting sixth today, DHing for the Rebels, will be Ryan McCarthy, 5'10", 195, righty, from East Tennessee State University as well. He is a junior from Knoxville, Tennessee. Behind the dish for the Rebels today will be Seth Beckstead. He will be hitting seventh, 6 foot, 200 pounds, righty as well, from Tulane University. He's a senior from Queen Creek, Arizona. Playing short, hitting eighth, is Richie Morales, 5'10", 170, from State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota. Sophomore, and he is from Bradenton, Florida. Finally, cleaning it up today for the Rebels will be Eli Burwash. He will be playing second base. He's a righty as well, 5'11", 185, Frontier College, sophomore from Bowling Green, Kentucky. And finally, on the mound for the Rebels today would be Eduardo Mendoza, 6 foot, 195, righty. He's a sophomore from Texas State University, from Eagle Pass, Texas.
And the Rebels come into this game 2-0, have not lost yet. Previously, the Rebels faced the Cardinals in Newmarket at Rebel Park. Yesterday evening, game time around 7:28 p.m. It was a 2-0 win for the Rebels there. And on Friday to open the season, the Rebels played Woodstock at Central High School with a game time of 7:04. The Rebels took that one into the 10th, I believe it was, and won that game 8-7. Here is your Cardinals starting lineup in the meantime. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 7, Riley Frost, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore out of the University of North Georgia, hometown of Roswell, Georgia. Bats and throws right. Batting second, playing center field, 6 foot, 185-pound senior out of Widener University, hometown of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Bats left and throws right, number 6, Anthony Basio. Third in the lineup, the third baseman, a righty all the way around, 6'2", 190-pound senior out of Longwood, hometown of South Chesterfield, Virginia, number 5, Drew Camp. In the cleanup spot, the first baseman, a lefty batter and a righty thrower, 6 foot, 195-pound sophomore out of Andrew College, hometown of Parkland, Florida. Number 11, Jack Hay. Batting fifth in left field, a righty all the way around, 6'2", 205-pound senior out of Penn State, Harrisburg, hometown of Lilly, Pennsylvania. Number 17, Dallas Hitt. Batting sixth, doing the DHing, a switch hitter and a lefty thrower, 6'3", 225-pound sophomore out of Georgia State University from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Number 25, JoJo Jackson. In the seventh spot, doing the catching, a switch hitter and righty thrower, 5'11", 188-pound sophomore out of Florida A&M, hometown Tallahassee, number 12, Brody Popple. Batting eighth at second base, a righty all the way around, 6 foot, 185-pound junior out of North Georgia, hometown of Roswell, Georgia, number 9, Connor Frost. And batting ninth in right field, a lefty batter, righty thrower, 6 foot, 185-pound sophomore out of Eastern Michigan University, hometown of Livonia, Michigan, number 3, Coltrane Rubiner. And on the bump this evening for the Cardinals is a righty batter, lefty thrower, although the batting probably doesn't matter. 6'4", 196-pound sophomore out of Longwood, hometown of Gainesville, Virginia, number 24, Kevin Warnick. The head coach for your Cardinals is Mr. Clint March, assistant JoJo Allen. Our baseball operations manager here is Miss Donna Settle. The Cardinals are off to a 1-1 start following a 15-9 win on Friday night against the Percival Cannons here at Bing Crosby Stadium. Then traveling, as stated earlier, to Newmarket and lost 2-0 against the Rebels. So looking for a bounce back not only against this team, but to get back into the win column, Matthew. What do you think that this team can bring to the table this evening?
Well, hopefully they can hit a little bit more than they did last game. They got shut out last game, and the pitching was excellent. They only had 2 pitchers. One went 6 1/3. That's Jack. He went 6 1/3 last game with only 1 earned run, along with another run, but that was unearned. And so he pitched really, really well, kept them in the game for as long as he could. And then they had a reliever come on, and he went 1 2/3 to finish out the rest of that game for the Cardinals pitching-wise. But they just couldn't get it done with the bats. So hopefully they can pick it up with the bats and keep the pitchers can keep it rolling on the mound.
I did notice that there were only 2 pitchers used last night, and that kind of threw me off because I was like, wait a minute, there is no way that the bats weren't as hot as what they should have been, and unfortunately that was the case. So hopefully the Cardinals can get some hits this evening and produce it into some runs and take that game back against Newmarket here this evening at Bing Crosby Stadium. If you're just joining us on StretchNet.com or Royal Examiner, thank you for tuning in on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. This is presentation is brought to you this evening by Hazard Mill Farms. A reminder, if you are coming to the game this evening, make sure you get here as soon as possible, especially with your children, as the first 20 children who are admitted to this evening's game will receive a free fishing pole in celebration of Virginia's free fishing weekend, starting this Sunday and running till Tuesday the 7th. Anyway, we'll take a brief break here. This is the pregame show presented to you by our good sponsors, especially Hazard Mill Farms this evening. Cardinals baseball is presented to you on the Front Row Cardinals radio network, StretchNet.com, and Royal Examiner. We'll be back with you in just a moment to continue our pregame coverage of this evening's game between the Newmarket Rebels and the Front Row Cardinals.
Overlooking the scenic Shenandoah River in a lovely sylvan setting, our campus is spacious, yet inviting, rich in culture, beauty, and history. It is a setting well-suited for our time-tested Catholic liberal arts curriculum, the same education that has inspired and produced the greatest men and women of Christendom over the past 2,000 years. Inside and outside the classroom, you will experience an integrated life. Here, you will strengthen your intellect in such a powerful way that you will have the ability to master any subject, no matter how complex the vocational calling. You will thrive in a supportive and Christ-centered culture dedicated to helping you realize your potential. Our education is not an education for the faint of heart, but for those willing to accept the bold and challenging call from God to become the great men or women that He wants them to be. Dare to join us. Dare to be great.
I'm J.B. Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us. because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
To enhance this atmosphere, we ask that all fans abide by.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Cardinals and the Valley Baseball League. This evening's Valley Baseball League game is sponsored by Hazardville Farms. Hazardville Farms is more than just agriculture. Their goal is to introduce new people, including children, to the great outdoors. If you are one of the lucky recipients of the fishing rod pole giveaway, post a picture of your first fish you catch to the Cardinal and Hazard Mill Farm Facebook page.
I know. You just ignore us.
The Knights of Columbus. Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world. Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we are on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are, it's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
What makes a place great? Is it an incredible landscape, unique in the world, carved over the eons into rolling mountains and gentle valleys? Is it the rivers that sing and shout and flow into breathtaking chasms? Is it the trails that lead over hills and to the edges of beautiful views? Is it the natural places and things, big and small, and the outdoor places that people have enjoyed for generations? Or is it the people themselves? The people who've turned this land into an inviting refuge for art and culture and festivals and celebrations of all the things that make life great. The people who make food grown fresh and served with creativity and care, who make wine and beer and donuts from scratch. People who have shown travelers from all over the world all of the things there are to do and see and experience. What if greatness wasn't one of these things, or even a few of these things, but all of them together?
This message is brought to you by Warren County Government.
Welcome to Hazard Mill Farms, located in the beautiful Appalachian foothills of Virginia. The farm offers lodging, a retreat center, and catering. We also offer a wide range of outdoor activities and recreation. Located on the banks of the Shenandoah River, we invite you to enjoy many river activities, swimming, tubing, and canoeing. We provide many options for your wedding and other events. If you want a peaceful place to relax, spend time with family, simply enjoy the beauty of the surrounding area, or host a killer event, Hazard Mill Farms is the perfect place for you. All of our rental spaces are available for your special event. Visit hazardmillfarm.com to reserve today. Be sure to stop by Bing Crosby Stadium on Sunday, June 5th. In celebration of Virginia's Free Fishing Days, the first 20 children admitted to the game will receive a free fishing pole.
A reminder, if you are in the area, make sure to stop by Bing Crosby Stadium to not only enjoy some baseball, but especially if you have a child, make sure you stop by and get them a free fishing rod. The first 20 kids in attendance in this evening's game will receive a free fishing rod courtesy of Hazard Mill Farms in honor of Virginia's Free Fishing Days from June 5th through the 7th. Continuing our pregame coverage here, presented to you again by our sponsors, especially Hazard Mill Farms, who are sponsoring this evening's game at the stadium. As we were talking during the break, we have several new players on the Cardinals roster. 2 in the catcher's column. 26 Noah Carter is a 6-foot, 190-pound sophomore out of the College of Charleston, hometown of Hamer, South Carolina. And number 30, Dylan Swarmer, a 5'11", 200-pound senior out of Youngstown State University, hometown of Valencia, Pennsylvania. And lastly, I lost it. Oh man! Last was Dallas Height, who was on the roster before, but he is coming in for his first game here at Bing Crosby Stadium. You said he played before, right?
Yeah, he played at yesterday's game against the Newmarket Rebels as well, and he went 2 for 2 or 2 for 3 last night with the only hits for the Cardinals. So hopefully he can keep a hot stick and maybe generate that throughout the team for tonight.
So Height is indeed the first one on the Cardinals roster, but coming into this game with a 500 average. He had 4 at-bats and 2 hits in the previous game yesterday against Newmarket in Newmarket. As we will take a brief break for a station identification, followed by the Front Royal Cardinals lineup. This is Front Royal Cardinals on StretchAminute.com and the Royal Examiner Facebook, or rather website, bringing you Cardinals baseball this evening on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
You're listening to Cardinals baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
The shortstop, number 5, Richie Morales. Batting ninth from Frontier Community College, the second baseman, number 27, Eli Burwars. And on the mound for the Rebels this evening from Texas State University, number 32, Eduardo Mendoza. The Rebels head coaches, Arthur Stenberg. Assistant coaches, Cam Chaffis, Garrett Nance, and John Comstone. And now for your Front Royal Cardinals. Leading off from the University of North Georgia, the shortstop, number 7, Ryan Frost. Batting second from Widener University, the center fielder, number 6, Anthony Basio. Batting third from Longwood University, the third baseman, number 5, Drew Tam. Batting cleanup from Andrew College, the first baseman, number 11, Jack Hayes. Batting fifth from Penn State Harrisburg, the left fielder, number 17, Dallas Height. Batting sixth from Georgia State University, the designated hitter, number 25, JoJo Jackson. Batting seventh from FAMU, the catcher, number 12, Roy Popple. Batting eighth from the University of North Georgia, the second baseman, number 9, Connor Frost. Batting ninth from Eastern Michigan University, the right fielder, number 3, Coltrane Rudner. And on the mound for the Cardinals this evening from Longwood University, number 24, Kevin Warnick. The Cardinals are head coached by Clint Mark, assistant coach JoJo Allen. And now would you all please rise and please remove your hats as we honor our nation with the playing of our national anthem. Throwing up the first pitch for this evening's game.
And great work by public address announcer Harold Chun again this evening as we get set and ready here to see a class action matchup here as the Cardinals host the Rebels following a road game at the Rebels as the first pitch is being thrown out and is made behind home plate. We take a break here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. Newmarket Rebels versus the Front Royal Cardinals coming up right after this. This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals!
TLC Settlements is a proud sponsor of the 2022 Cardinals. When buying, selling, or refinancing your investment, TLC Settlements, LLC believes that every transaction is important, no matter how big or how small. The trustworthy team of Tracy, Lucy, and Christy bring 55-plus years experience in the industry. We are dedicated to and take pride in the service that we give to each and every customer. Although we do many closings each month, every closing is very important to us. Our service speaks for itself at TLC Settlements.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
As we get set and ready to start play here at Bing Crosby Stadium. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium as the first pitch is being thrown out to the leadoff batter for the Rebels, Kai Holiday, the left fielder. First pitch to him is a strike, and here comes the 0-1. That's pop bouncing ball to second. The play at first is in time, so the first out is recorded here. And one out down in this top half of the first. Scoreless game as that was the leadoff batter. Matthew, what exactly did you see on that play where it was been a star point or a point that would have signaled a turning point possibly in the game?
For today or
Just for that play.
Well, first pitch strikes. Last game we struggled with that as the leadoff hitter got on for the first 4 innings via walk as the first pitch is over for a strike.
0-1 is the count. There is 1 out down on the top of the first inning. And here comes the pitch. That's missed for ball 1. So the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike here in this opening frame of the game. Scoreless game as the out at first got the leadoff batter out. Kevin Warreneck on the mound for the Cardinals as he throws the 1-1. That's missed for ball 2. So the count now goes 2-1.
Yeah, but like the last game we had at Bing Crosby Stadium, we had a lot of leadoff walks, but I think they limited that against the Newmarket Rebels yesterday. So hoping to continue that as that pitch is across for a strike. It is now 2-2 to the 2-hitter.
Bryce Fowler, the man at the plate now, the center fielder, 6'2", 180-pound sophomore out of the University of Southern Mississippi, hometown of Madison, Mississippi, as the 2-2 will come to him, and that's swung on and missed for strike 3. So the first strikeout of the game is recorded for Kevin Warreneck, and out number 2 is recorded as that will send up Peyton Parker, the third baseman.
Yeah, it was a nice little slider off the plate right there. He set him up with 2 outside fastballs, and I guess it just looked the same out of the hand, so he got a swing and a miss as the number 3 hitter comes on with nobody on and 2 outs in the first inning.
As we get set and ready, Kevin Warreneck is your man on the mound for the Cardinals. It is now Peyton Parker, the third baseman, up to the plate, and he will take a strike looking to start things off. Parker is third in the lineup and the last due up for the Rebels here in this top half of the first. 2 outs on the board, top of the first, no score yet. And here comes the 0-1 pitch that's popped but fouled on the Rebels side of the field. So now Parker will face an 0-2 count.
Thank you.
Yeah, hopefully he can get this last guy out here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a changeup or a slider down and in or a changeup low and away here, as that would work to his strength. And hopefully we can get the bats rolling in the bottom of the first inning.
Warreneck sets, faces Parker. Will set up and deal the 0-2. That's upstairs for ball 1. So the count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes here for Peyton Parker, his opening at bat of the game. This season, he is 1 for 8, sitting at a 125 batting average, sitting zeros in the home run and RBI column. That's kind of shocking for this early in the season as he takes ball 2 on that one. So the count evens 2-2. But as I was saying, Matthew, 1 for 8 in 2 games out of the season, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, especially out of your 3-hole hitter, you look to get some run production there. So it's kind of shocking to see him hitting in the 3 spot right here, but maybe their whole team is struggling offensively. So hopefully he can get it going for himself here as the 2-2 is set, dealt, and is outside for a full count to the 3-hitter, Bryce Parker.
Cleanup batter in the lineup for
Peyton
the
Parker.
Rebels is Garrett Wallace, the first baseman. He stands on deck at the moment. However, Peyton Parker is facing a 3-2 as that's popped in the direction of center, will drop for a base hit. So it is the first hit of the game for the Rebels coming from Peyton Parker, the third baseman. And the first on base for Parker. It's his second hit of the season. 9th out of 9 at-bats.
From East Tennessee State University.
Yeah, it was a nice little base hit up the middle there. Definitely got a pitch to hit because it was 3-2. So I guess we were not looking to give in to him and just let him go for a walk. But we gave him a pitch to hit, and he just drove it up the middle as he brings up the 4-hitter Wallace.
Garrett Wallace, the first baseman, coming up now as he faces his first pitch as a looking strike. So the count is 0-1 to start things off here for Wallace. Wallace is a 6'1", 205-pound sophomore out of East Tennessee State University, hometown of Sanford, Florida. And he is 2 for 7 coming into this at-bat on the season. That's a 285. He's got 2 home runs and 3 RBIs as he swings on that one and misses for strike 2. Count is now 0-2.
And Cameron, what I noticed on that last at-bat was he had him down in 0-2 and made it to a 3-2 count. And the amount of times we saw that the other night was absolutely crazy. So hopefully we don't see that too much tonight, and we see a lot of quick at-bats and good control by the pitchers tonight.
I meant to go back and check and see how many 3-2 situations we had in the game as he swings and misses for strike 3, and that will retire the side. Warreneck picks up 2 strikes in the inning, and the side retires with no score and the Rebels leave one stranded at first. It is a tie game at 0 apiece going into the bottom half of the first. Cardinals baseball will be presented to you on stretchinternet.com and Royal Examiner YouTube page, as well as their website, which is also known as the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. We'll be back with you in just a moment, right after this.
TLC Settlements is a proud sponsor of the 2022 Cardinals. When buying, selling, or refinancing your investment, TLC Settlements, LLC believes that every transaction is important, no matter how big or how small. The trustworthy team of Tracy, Lucy, and Christy bring 55-plus years experience in the industry. We are dedicated to and take pride in the service that we give to each and every customer. Although we do many closings each month, every closing is very important to us. Our service speaks for itself at TLC Settlements.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
I'm JB Howler, President and CEO of US Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. We will take a quick pause before the first batter for the Cardinals comes up for a brief station identification. We'll pause for 10 seconds and come back to you at Bing Crosby Stadium.
You're listening to Cardinals baseball on stretchinternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
Riley Frost just caught up to the plate. He is the first due up for the Cardinals. Following him will be Basio and Camp, who are the 3 due up in this frame for the Cardinals. As the first pitch will be dealt to Frost, it'll be downstairs for ball 1. So the count will start up for Riley Frost. 1-0 to start things off. Eduardo Mendoza is your man on the hill for the Rebels to start things off here this evening. A 6', 195-pound sophomore out of Texas State deals ball 2 on that one. Hometown of Eagle Pass, Texas. And Matthew, did you see anything that stood out in the warm-up for him?
Not really. Can't really see too much depth or anything on the curveball, but it's also the angle that we're at right now. But he also did have a few control issues in the first few pitches, but it looks like he's going to get that going because those first 2 pitches have been over the plate, just maybe a little lower, a little outside. So he's going to be around the plate, hoping to just get ready to swing if you're the Front Royal Cardinals here, as it is now a 2-2 count.
Mendoza deals 2 straight-looking strikes, and Riley Frost goes from a pretty manageable situation to a situation where if you swing and miss, you go back. So 2-2 is the count. Mendoza sets and will deal the 2-2. That's missed inside the left batter's box, and the count now fills 3 balls, 2 strikes for the first for the Cardinals in this game. And we'll keep count of it the second time in this game so far, as we are only in the first frames for each team, and we've already had 2 full count situations here.
And it looks like it's going to bloop into right field.
Just about
falls.
So it is a single for Riley Frost, who makes it to first in a bit of a tricky situation there for the right fielder McDonald, as he could have made that catch as close as he was, but just didn't quite hang on to it.
Yeah, that was a tough play. Ball was falling faster than I think he was anticipating, and it looked like a hard line drive off the bat, and it just died. So maybe he didn't get the best read because that's a difficult ball to read. So he tried making a diving play to save himself at the end there, but just couldn't make the play. So it falls in for a hit for Riley Frost. As the next pitch comes in, it is inside to Basio, 1-0.
Anthony Basio, the center fielder, 6', 185-pound senior out of Widener, comes up, and he starts 1-0 in the count. So Riley Frost at first. Basio looking to join him at first. However, he swings and misses on that one for a 1-1 count now on the next pitch.
Basio had himself a good little game when he came to Bing Crosby Stadium for the first time the other night. Opening night, he went 4 for 6 with 5 ribbies, and then he went 0 for 2, but he did have 2 hit by pitches, so he still did get on base. As the throw over to first, and they got him.
That was an incredible play by the Rebels to get that first out, and Riley Frost is probably going to kick something when he gets back in there because that is just something that he did not want to get.
Yeah, definitely as a leadoff batter, you don't want to get caught at first base, and they picked him off there. And you saw Riley have a little hesitation. He looked like he was going to take a secondary, and he got fooled by the pickoff move as it is upstairs and out to Anthony Bossio, 2-1. But he got picked off at first base, and that was not a good read. So I think he's looking to improve the next time if he can get on base.
Mendoza deals 2-1 here as Bossio swings and misses for strike 2, and the count now evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Bossio now in a bit of a tricky situation, as was Frost. However, Frost got that hit that just about stayed out of the glove of the right fielder McDonald, and here comes the 2-2, and that's popped in the direction of left. Looks to be playable, and the catch is made, and out number 2 is recorded here for the Cardinals. So not very productive for the Cardinals yet. However, in the first inning of Friday night's game, they faced 2 outs with no score, and then JoJo Jackson came up and said, "It's my turn."
Yeah. And even that ball, like, even though he got out, that was a well-hit ball to left center field. He did a good job staying oppo, going the other way, going gap to gap. Left fielder just made a nice play going back on it.
That'll bring up the third batter in the lineup, Drew Camp, playing third base, 6'2", 190-pound senior out of Longwood. As he pops that direction center field, looks to drop for a base hit, and it will. So it'll be a single here for Drew Camp, and it's hit number 2 on the night for Front Royal. However, hoping that Drew Camp will not get caught at first is a different story.
Yeah, and even though we only have 1 runner on with 2 outs, all 3 balls were hit pretty well. So hopefully the balls can just continue to fall for the Front Royal Cardinals, and they can stay smart on the base paths and hope not to get picked off again.
That brings up the first baseman, Jack Hay, batting cleanup this evening. 6', 195-pound sophomore out of Andrew College, hometown of Parkland, Florida. Comes into this game 2 for 5 with a .400 batting average, 1 home run that we saw in the Friday night game, and it was a beautiful hit out to center field. Has 3 RBIs as well in the season as the first pitch to him is missed for ball 1.
Yeah, as Cameron mentioned, he crushed the ball the other night, and that ball was gone off the bat. He already knew it. As the 1-0 comes in, and it is low for ball 2. But Jack Hay destroyed that baseball, and that was a pitch up in the zone that he was ready to swing at, and he took a hack, and he sent that ball almost across the street. So hoping to continue his hot hitting in this game.
Mendoza deals the 2-0. That's down the alley for a called strike 1 looking, so Hay now sees the strike, and it's now a 2-1 count on the next pitch. There are 2 outs down in this bottom half of the first. Cardinals have yet to score, as do the Rebels. However, 1 is on base. That is Drew Camp as the 2-1 is dealt, and that's popped, but it looks to be in foul territory. It is on the third base side. So the count now evens 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs down in this bottom half of the first. Cardinals and Rebels are tied at 0.
Yeah, hoping to get a little 2-out rally like we did last time we were here. But hopefully we can just get a ball hit hard and hope for the best. This 2-2 is delivered, and it is foul back as well.
And that's one thing I've noticed about Jack since he's been here is he will swing at anything he knows he'll make contact with. He has fouled off several times since he's been playing in Bing Crosby Stadium as the count remains where it is, 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs down. Mendoza sets and will deal. That's missed outside for ball 3, so the count fills 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that pitch, I could tell that as soon as it left Mendoza's hands that was going to be a ball, and that's saying something for me.
Yeah, that was a slider that he just did not get on top of. His arm was lagging behind there, so the runner will be off here on 3-2, and the pitch, low and in, ball 4. Ball gets away from the catcher, but that doesn't change where Drew Camp goes. Ball 4 for Jack Hay. He gets on base as we bring up Dallas Height, who is new to Bing Crosby Stadium. He's making his Bing Crosby debut as he went 2 for 4 back in Newmarket against the Rebels just yesterday. So he's hoping to get more hits as he was the only one to rack up a hit for the Front Royal Cardinals yesterday.
And the Rebels head coach Arthur Stenberg IV will go out to the mound and have a word with Mendoza out there as well as the catcher Beckstead, as he has now given up his first walk of the game on 2 outs. And again, like Matthew said, bringing up Dallas Height for his Bing Crosby debut. And the umpire stepping out to the mound just to see how long things are going to be here, as we'll stay on the air here at Bing Crosby Stadium. It's a scoreless game. There are 2 outs down in this bottom half of the first.
Royals are threatening, though, with the runners on first and second. So base hit can drive in a run. And I don't know if it's just me, Cameron, but this is a pretty quick pitching visit, as it is only the first inning, and he's only 5 batters in. He has 2 outs. It's not like he hasn't gotten an out yet. So it's a pretty early pitching visit. So I wonder if they have a long leash on him, if he's going to go a long time, or they just want him to get through a few innings, because either they don't have a lot of confidence in him, or he's just not a pitcher that's going to go very long in this game.
He has pitched 19 in this game, and that is probably one of the shortest amount of pitches you've had to have a pitching or have a meeting at the mound. That's pops in the direction of left, drops for a base hit. 1 runner will round to home. The play at third is not in time as 1 run scores, and the Cardinals take an early 1-0 lead here in this bottom half of the first.
Apparently, we just like hitting with 2 outs. That is a trend here at Bing Crosby Stadium, as even last time we were here, the 9-run inning, came with 8 runs and 2 outs. So that was a nice little piece of hitting by Dallas Height right there, right down the left field line. Kept his hands inside the baseball, ripped it down the line for a double. And now we have second and third with 2 outs again. So a base hit could score 2 more, and we could be up 3-0 in the blink of an eye. So you just never know. And JoJo Jackson, he has a lot of power, and he is ready to do some damage here, as he is a switch hitter. And he had a nice little night the other night at Bing Crosby as well.
And what a statement by Dallas Height to say, hey, I know I'm a newbie here, but you got to give the newbie some credit too, as JoJo Jackson faces a looking strike on the first one. It's 0-1 to start things off here for the freshman out of Georgia State in his opening at-bat of this game. There are 2 outs down in this bottom half of the first. Cardinals lead 1-0. The pitch by Mendoza comes, and that's inside the left-hand batter's box. Jackson holds off the runner for ball 1. The count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Mendoza coming into this game with a 13.43 ERA. Or rather, in this game, my correction, has a 13.43 ERA as he deals the 1-1. That's popped the direction to left. Looks to be playable, though, and it is. And the side retires, but not before the Cardinals get on the board first. It is a 1-0 ball game going into the second inning. The Cardinals take a 1-0 lead off of a pop off of the newbie at the stadium, Dallas Height. We'll take a brief break here to hear a word from our sponsors. We'll see you on the other side of this one for the top half of the second. Cardinals baseball on StretcherNet.com and the Royal Examiner on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, second, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
The Knights of Columbus. Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world. Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we are on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are, it's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium as we start this top half of the second inning. The Cardinals lead 1-0 off of a beautiful hit by Dallas Height to get the RBI in.
Yeah, and even to end that inning, the left fielder by the Rebels made a nice play, but JoJo Jackson hit that ball well, and it looked like they were going to get 2 more runs as the first pitch is delivered, and it is 1-0.
It is McDonald coming up to the plate, 0 for 4 so far this season. Maddox McDonald, to be specific, as he faces a 1-0, is missed for ball 2, and the count now goes 2-0 for McDonald, the right fielder, 6'1", 188-pound sophomore out of the University of Louisiana Lafayette, hometown of San Antonio, Texas. Warnick Sexton deals, and that's popped but fouled on the right side. The first baseman, Jack Hay, looked like he wanted to make a play on it for a second and then eventually said no thanks, as the count now goes 2-1 off of the foul. Again, a 1-0 ball game. Cardinals lead here in this top half of the second. Maddox McDonald is the plate. Kevin Warnick on the mound for the Cardinals. Here comes the 2-1. They will check that, and they say no. So it is a 3-1 count on the next one following the check swing that didn't go.
It didn't look like he went from this angle. It looked like he just held up at the end, but it was a good job not to chase that 2-1 fastball as the next pitch comes in, and it's ball 4. So the Newmarket Rebels get on base via a leadoff walk, and hopefully that trend doesn't continue from the other night.
I was going to say, thankfully, that's the first of the game since we didn't do it in the top half of the first. However, we don't want to start that now.
Number 29, Ryan McCarthy.
As that brings up the 6th batter in the lineup, the DH, Ryan McCarthy, a 5'10", 195-pound junior out of East Tennessee State, hometown of Knoxville, Tennessee, home of the Vols. So Warnick looks back at first and will deal runner steals, but it will be a foul ball, so he will have to go back. And he looks very emotional about that. As I could tell, he just slouched over and just went, ugh.
I mean, he had a very good jump on that. I think he had that bag pretty easily. Even though it's a lefty on the mound, he got a really, really good jump. And no matter the strength of Brody's arm back behind the dish, I think he probably would have had that bag.
0-1 count coming on this pitch to McCarthy. McCarthy is 0 for 4 this season coming into this at-bat. Warnick looks back at first and will deal. That is a miss for ball 1. So the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike here on this next pitch.
And you could tell he didn't want the runner to go there as he looked him back a little bit longer, tried mixing up his timing a little bit more so he couldn't get a good jump on him. So he can't time him up and know when he's going to go to the plate.
Warnick looks back at first again and will take the 1-1. That's popped up but will be fouled on the right side. So the count now goes 1-2 for McCarthy. Again, McCarthy, a junior out of East Tennessee State, but out of the hometown of the Tennessee Vols. So Warnick will set. Takes a look back at first. Looks back at the batter.
And they got him.
Play it first, and it is in time for the out. What an awareness play by Kevin Warnick to get it to Hay in time for the out. And what the Rebels delivered to the Cardinals in the bottom half of the first has been given right back to them.
And this one a little bit different because Warnick is a lefty, so he can pick up that front foot and still go over to first base if he wants to. And that's exactly what he did right there. And the more difficult part for that was you could tell the runner was going because as a lefty on the mound, you always go whenever he picks up that front foot, you go on first motion as the 1-2 comes in and it is upstairs. So when a lefty's on the mound, you always go at first motion because you know that's when you're going to get your best jump. You can't wait for him to decide whether or not he's going to the plate or it's going to be too late. So Warnick made up his mind right as he got to the top, saw he was going to take off and threw it to first base.
2-2 count on the pitch. Here it comes from Warnick. That's popped, bouncing ball near the first base line. He will be tagged by the pitcher Warnick. And out number 2 is recorded almost back to back.
Yeah. Nice little play to get off the mound. Be athletic as a pitcher. You know, a lot of POs will tell you that they are the most athletic on the mound. Let me tell you, that's not true, but they love to believe that they're the most athletic player on that field, and that was a nice little play to get off the mound and make the play at first base.
That brings up the 7th batter in the Rebel lineup, Seth Beckstead, the catcher, 6 foot, 200-pound junior out of Tulane University, hometown Queen Creek, Arizona. who will face Warreneck, who has pitched 26 so far this game. And here comes the pitch. That's popped to short. Is that a diving catch? No, it is not, unfortunately. The play at first is not in time. If that had been a catch out at short, that would have been a game changer and a lifesaver out there for the shortstop, Riley Frost.
Yeah, that would have been a really nice play, and that was a really tough play, too, as he was going to his left, and that ball was diving right at the end there. But it was a nice effort. It was good awareness to try and get up and throw him out anyways, even though he didn't make the play. Just wasn't in time, so it was a nice base hit for McCarthy, for Beckstead right there.
Richie Morales, the shortstop, coming up now for the Rebels, 5'10", 170-pound sophomore out of the State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota, hometown Bradentown, Florida. This time the play goes to short. The play at second is in time for the out, and the side retires. So the Cardinals keep the Rebels scoreless here in this top half of the second as they maintain their lead and hope to add to it in this bottom half of the frame. As we take a break here on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network, it is the Rebels 0, Front Royal 1.
The Knights of Columbus, Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world. Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we're on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are, it's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
The Real Farms is more than just our agriculture. Their goal is to introduce new people, including children, to the great outdoors.
This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster.
Thank you, Hazard Mill Farms.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium, where the Cardinals have a 1-0 advantage over the visiting Newmarket Rebels here in this bottom half of the second inning. As the catcher, Brody Popple, will come up for his first at-bat of the game. A switch hitter, 5'11", 188-pound sophomore out of Florida A&M, faces a strike on the first one. So it's an 0-1 count on the next one from Morales, who deals it, and it'll be a swing and miss this time for an 0-2.
He went back to the same pitch right there, and I think he left it a little more up than he was liking, but still got the swing and miss on it as Brody is ready for the 0-2, and it's fouled off to the Cardinal dugout.
Popple is searching for his first hit of the season. He is 0 for 6 coming into this at-bat, so a hit for him would really spark something.
Absolutely. You always want to get going early on the season because then you feel like you're not having to make it up as the 1-2 is 0-2 is dealt and is now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes now. Eduardo Mendoza is on the mound for the Rebels, who sets and will deal the 1-2. That's missed for ball 2. So the count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Brody Popple in his opening at-bat at the game. Again, searching for his first hit out of 6 previous at-bats over the last 2 games. So here comes the 2-2. That's missed for ball 3, and the count now fills 3 balls, 2 strikes. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is the third we've had this game so far.
It is. It is the third, and that's the second one where we've fought back from 0-2 to 3-2.
So here comes the payoff. That is upstairs for ball 4. Popple looked like he wanted to swing at it, but took another look, and he will be taking his 90-foot walk of fame to first, and that will bring up
Connor Frost,
8th batter in the lineup. You are correct. Connor Frost, the second baseman, 6 foot, 185-pound junior out of North Georgia.
Connor Frost.
Yeah, even though that pitch was up and it was at his eyes, as a high school player, that is definitely a tough pitch to take. It's always intriguing to see whether or not they have the patience to lay off that high fastball, because the higher it gets, the more intriguing and the more better looking that pitch gets. As this one gets away from the catcher, it's 1-0 as Brody Popple has some heads up base running and gets to second base. They throw back to second base to see if they can get Brody, getting a little too far off, but he's back in safely.
So 1-0 is the count now, not for Popple, like Point Street is telling me, but for Connor Frost. And when the lineup card updates, I will let you know. There it goes. He has 1 for 6 coming into this game, so his second hit of the season would be pretty nice for him. 166 batting average. He's got a ribby out of that hit, and here comes the pitch. That's down the alley for a strike looking, and the count is now 1-1 strike here in this opening at-bat of the game for Connor Frost.
Yeah, and I know it's early, but it looks like some of those sliders have been left up, and they've gotten across the plate, but I don't know how much longer you want to live there as the pitcher Mendoza, because that pitch is going to get hit later on in this game.
Mendoza takes a look back at second and will deal the 1-1. That's swung on and missed for strike 2. And Connor Frost now goes down in the count, 1-2 strikes here in his opening at-bat of the game.
Yeah, hopefully Connor has a two-strike approach here and can drive it to right field, get that runner over at the very least, so it's a still productive at-bat even if he does get out here.
Brody Popple, the man on second for the Cardinals. Here comes the 1-2 to Connor Frost. That's a bouncing ball towards first. The play will be made, however. It is a sacrifice hit to get Brody Popple to third base, and now the runner is in definite scoring position as that brings up the 9th batter in the lineup, Coltrane Rubner, the right fielder.
I couldn't call that any better, as that's exactly what he did there. He fought off that inside fastball and drove it to the first baseman. Although it was an out, he still got that runner over to third base, and now it's third base with less than 1 out, so base hit will do the job, and the infield's playing back, so you can hit a ground ball, get the job done, as well as a sacrifice fly to the outfield.
Coltrane Rubner taking his first at-bat of the game downstairs inside the batter's box. He holds off Brody Popple at third for ball 1.
I know it's early in this game, but he's pulled that fastball low and into the right lefties and away to the righties quite often, and one got by earlier this inning, so the Cardinals will definitely take another one as 1-0 is dealt, and it is swung on and missed. Big hack right there by Rubner. 4 strike 1. It is now 1-1.
Rubner is also looking for his first hit of the season. He is 0 for 2 coming into this at-bat as he faces a ball upstairs and outside. The count now reads 2 balls and a strike with only 1 out down in this bottom half of the second. The Cardinals have Brody Popple in scoring position on third. The man at the plate is Coltrane Rubner as Mendoza sets up and deals the 2-1. That is down the alley for strike 2 looking, and the count now evens 2 balls and 2 strikes for the right fielder.
Yeah, again, right here, you're looking for a 2-strike approach. Just put the ball in play, because the last thing you want is to strain that runner on third base and now have 2 outs, because then you'll have to get a hit in order to drive in the run. As Mendoza comes set, the 2-2 is low and in. Ball gets away from the catcher, and it looks like that's going to be a run. And it is. Brody Popple scores from third base as the ball gets away from the catcher on, again, another fastball pulled low and into the lefties. It is now 3-2 on Rubner as he's looking to just get on base any way he can, whether that be a walk or a hit.
And Brody Popple just walked into home plate, didn't even have to think about sliding, as the play at the plate wouldn't have been in time regardless, as the payoff is being set and dealt by Mendoza. That's down the alley for strike 3 looking, and Rubner will go down in the season stats 0-3. And correct me if I'm wrong, Matthew, but that is Mendoza's first strikeout of the game.
That is Mendoza's first strikeout, as the other outs have been ground ball and then 2 line drives to left that have been caught by the left fielder on some nice plays. But it definitely looked like Rubner did not agree with that call. He looked like he was about to throw the bat into his dugout and walk on to first base, but the ump called him back for strike 3 as the next pitch to Riley Frost is down for 1-0.
And I can really understand his frustration in that call, because I was about to call that ball 4. That's why I took a bit of a pause, because I was like, wait a minute, why is it a strike? But
yeah, that looked outside to me as the next pitch is dealt for 2-0 to Riley Frost as he's looking to get his second hit of the ball game just in the second inning. So hopefully he can get on base and not get picked off.
Frost picks up his second hit. Make it 3. It will bobble off of the first baseman Wallace's glove, and it will be hit number 2 of the game, 3 of the season, but it will come off of an error.
Yeah, I mean, that could be scored an error, but that could also be scored a hit. That ball was hit pretty hard. Not an easy play, as that would have been to his backhand right there. And Riley Frost gets on base either way. So hopefully he doesn't get picked off here. He's pretty smart with 2 outs and is able to score on a double in the gap. But Anthony Basio coming up, hoping to keep his home hitting appearance pretty strong as he looks at strike 1. That one looked a little bit off the plate to me, too.
Basio coming into the at-bat 0 for 1 this evening, 4 for 8 overall in the season. That's a perfect 500. He has 5 RBIs on this season as he faces a 1-0 on the next pitch, and that's grounding into first. Will slip by Wallace again. Frost holds it second, and is a single for Anthony Basio here with 2 outs on the board. It is yet again another situation where the Cardinals have at least one runner on with 2 outs down.
Yeah, they can get another run in here with a base hit from Drew Camp. I believe he's still looking for his first hit of the season, so hopefully he can get something going here because he has a nice swing. He just needs to start getting going, and he has some good gap-to-gap power, so hopefully he can get a ball into the gap and score 1, maybe 2 runs right here.
The third baseman, Drew Camp, is the man at the plate. Eduardo at the mound for the Rebels as he deals a strike looking.
Yeah, and just going back to that Basio at bat, in batting practice earlier, I noticed he pulls the ball a lot, and he is willing to put his hands inside that baseball, pull them in quick, and drive it for a base hit.
Camp is, in fact, 1 for 1 this game. Coming into this game, he is 1 for 7, so he's got 2 hits on the season out of 8 at-bats. Coming into the game with a 142, but he did get a hit in this game in his first at-bat, and now he faces a 1-1 from Mendoza. It is Riley Frost on second, Anthony Basio on first, as the 1-1 is dealt. That swung on and missed for strike 2, and that ball looked like it was way into the left-hand batter's box, but he still swung at it.
Yeah, it was probably a slider off the plate because he just got that fastball on the outside corner, so it probably looked pretty similar to that pitch, and it just kept going off the plate, and he was too late to pull back.
1-2 is the count for Camp, who is 1-1 in this game, looking to keep the Cardinals alive here in this bottom half of the second. They lead 2-0 over the visiting Rebels. And here comes the 1-2 that swung on and missed for strike 3, and the side will retire. I believe that is Mendoza's second strikeout of the game. In fact,
that's his second of the inning right there, and second of the game, as he gets Drew Camp to swing at the same exact pitch that he just swung at on 1-1. As we go into the top of the third inning, thank you for listening here on Point Streak Radio, and as well as listening to Front Royal Examiner online. So we will catch you on the other side of the break.
Green to Ground Electrical is a proud sponsor of the Front Royal Cardinals. Green to Ground is a Class A electrical contractor serving the Shenandoah Valley and Northern Virginia region. Building relationships since 2019 by being reliable, dependable, and trustworthy. Offering both residential and commercial services, no job is too big for our team to handle. We are a licensed and insured company, serving customers peace of mind, one circuit at a time.
Lindsay Advantage 31. Number 1 Chevrolet service team in the world.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
We welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium, where the homestanding Cardinals lead 2-0 over the visiting Newmarket Rebels here. As the Rebels will send up the ninth batter in the lineup, Eli Burwash, playing second base, 5'11", 185-pound sophomore out of Frontier Community College, hometown of Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, Burwash just trying to flip the lineup right here and get the top of the lineup going with the runner on base. So hopefully Warnock does not allow that base runner, and he can start the top of the lineup with 1 out and nobody on as he sets deals, and the first pitch is up and away for a ball, 1-0.
Warnock starting his third inning in this evening's game. He's pitched the 2 complete.
Yeah, and he's looked good in those first 2 innings. He had his control down, made him put the ball in play. As this one's grounded to third, Drew Camp makes a nice play. Throw on to first in time. So Drew Camp with that strikeout to end the last inning and starts off this inning with a nice play at third base as he made a little leap to his left-hand side to get out number 1.
That was indeed a beautiful play by Drew Camp to record the first out at first rather quickly than the Rebels would have liked. As you said, they would hope to have gotten the 9th batter in the lineup, Burwash, on first to reround the lineup. As we go reround the lineup to Kai Holiday, the left fielder, who faces a ball on this first pitch. It's 1-0 to start things off here for Kai in his second at-bat of the game now.
I thought that hit Kai, but I guess that just hit the catcher Brody as the ball skipped right by. But it sounded like it hit someone there, and I was expecting Kai to just start running down to first base as the next pitch comes in, and it is up and away for ball 2-0.
Warnock has pitched 31 pitches so far this game. Make that 32 on this one. Again, he has pitched 2.1 so far. He is the starting pitcher for the Cardinals as this one is missed away for ball 3, and the count is now 3-0 for the original leadoff batter, Kai Holiday, in his second at-bat of the game. He is 0 for 1 this evening.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do here is walk their leadoff hitter on 4 pitches.
And he has not done just that yet. As he gets that down the alley for strike 1. The count is now 3 balls and a strike here for Holiday.
And he sets quicks. And that looked pretty good to me, but it missed low apparently. So it's ball 4 as Kai goes down to first base. And he was pretty quick there.
To the one who didn't play baseball, I think that was a strike.
No bad.
Yeah, no, that looked really good, but I guess it just missed low. But that was really quick pitching right there by Warnock. I guess he just wanted to stay in the rhythm he was just in by throwing that previous pitch for a strike right down the middle. And that one looked pretty good too. So hopefully he stays around the zone as the 0-0 is bunted down the third base line, but it is foul.
Bryce Fowler, the center fielder, coming up 0 for 1 this evening. He is 3 for 7 coming into this game. That is a .428 average. He has 1 ribby on the season as strike 1 is recorded off of a bunt foul. Warnock sets his feet on the rubber, stares down his batter.
Kai not having a big lead at first base, so hopefully he's not going here as he checks him back to first base. I guess he just wants to keep him close and not allow him to get to second base.
So count stays 0-1 as the throw was made back to first, but it was not in time. There is 1 out on the board in this top half of the third. Cardinals lead 2-0. 0-1 count for Fowler as the pitch comes down. That's down the alley for strike 2, and the count is now 0-2 for Fowler in his second at-bat of the game.
Yeah, Warnock in a good spot here. He could either get a slider low and away for strike 3, or hopefully to get him to ground into a double play by throwing an off-speed low and get it right on the ground.
So here comes the 0-2 as Warnock sets, takes a few looks back at first, and will deal. That's down the alley for a strike 3 looking. Out number 2 comes rather quick for the Rebels. However, they still have 1 on base, so if that runner scores, it'll be a 1-run ball game.
No bad. Number 24.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just me, Cameron, but it definitely looked like Fowler did not agree with that call. I think that was outside as maybe even the previous pitch as well, but it was called for strike 3, and he was definitely not happy with that as he put his head down and walked back to the dugout as the 3-hitter Peyton Parker comes up for the Rebels here.
Peyton Parker, the third baseman,
and he's off.
Steals to second from first, but that is foul. So the runner Kai Holiday will return to first off of the foul, and it's 0-1 to start things off here for Peyton Parker in his second at-bat of the game, who is 1 for 1 coming into this at-bat.
Yeah, he got a pretty good jump on that, trying to get to second base. But I think Brody still had a shot there because I don't think his lead was too big. So if he goes again, we'll see whether or not Brody has a chance to throw him out, especially if he gets a pretty similar jump.
Warnock sets on the mound, takes a look back at Kai Holiday on first, will deal the 0-1. That's down the alley for strike 2 looking. So Warnock needs 1 more strike to retire this side.
Yeah, I don't think Kai Holiday is really going to be going here. He took a little back shuffle to first base after Warnock lifted up his leg So hopefully he's keeping him close to the bag right now as he's ready for the 0-2 pitch. And he sets, deals. It's a fastball up. Throw to second. Got him.
The play at second is made in time for the out, and the side retires. So Warreneck will not pick up his fourth strikeout, but it is a beautiful play back to second.
Yeah, nice throw there by Brody. Again, Kai Holiday had a short lead. Even though it was a good jump, Brody still had a good chance to get him, and he did right there with a perfect throw. So great play by Brody to throw it down, and great play by Connor Frost to put the tag down on Kai Holiday.
We take a break here. It is a 2-0 ball game going into the bottom half of the third inning. Your hometown Cardinals lead over the visiting Newmarket Rebels here at Bing Crosby Stadium. You can find Cardinals baseball live all season long on stretchinternet.com and the Royal Examiner's YouTube and website, which are both affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals! And we welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium as Jack Hay is called up for his second at-bat of the game as he faces a ball on the first one. 1-0 count coming on the next from Mendoza. That one's down the alley for a called strike one, so the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike now.
And for those of you just tuning in, it's the top of the third, and the Cardinals, bottom of the third, and the Cardinals are up 2-0, as the Cardinals are winning 4-2 on the hits, as strike 2 is sent to Jack Hay. It is now a 1-2 count.
Cardinals with 4 hits on this game. Jack Hay searching for his first. He's got 1 home run on the season that we saw on Friday. He's 2 for 5 as he cuts and misses for strike 3, and Hay will stay hitless through this at-bat, as that will bring up Dallas Height to the plate, who got a hit that inevitably turned into an RBI.
Yeah, and just within these first 3 innings, you can kind of tell that umpire, I don't know to the righties, but definitely to the lefties, he loves that outside corner, as the first pitch almost hits Dallas Height here for 1-0.
Height had to move out of the way to avoid getting hit, as 1-0 is the count on this pitch from Mendoza. That one almost got him again, according to his movements. So the count now goes 2-0.
Yeah, you can see that one got close to the elbow guard right there. So he's in a good spot to drive the baseball with the 2-0 count right here.
Here comes the 2-0. That's downstairs for ball 3. Count now goes to 3-0 here for Height, who has a hit this game.
Yeah, he had that RBI double in the first inning. That was a nice piece of hitting, but 3-0, he's probably taking all the way right here.
And here comes the 3-0. That's down the alley for strike 1. So now Height can see where the call will be made, and it's now a 3-1 count on the next pitch.
Absolutely. Hopefully, Dallas can get a second hit of the ball game or get on via a walk right now.
So here comes the 3-1. That's popped in the direction of second. Catch is made, and play is in time at first. So out number 2 is recorded. Rather early for the Cardinals, however, we have seen in the last 2 frames for the Cardinals that they have scored on 2-out plays.
Yeah, it seems like the Cardinals do their best offense with 2 outs. So maybe they just like getting those first 2 outs until starting to produce some runs, as JoJo Jackson comes to the plate here.
JoJo Jackson 0 for 1 coming into this at-bat. He has 2 for 9 on the season. That's about a 222. He's got 2 RBIs, as we saw 1 on Friday. His very first at-bat as a Cardinal, as the first pitch to him is down the zone for a strike one. So the count is 0-1 to start things off here for JoJo Jackson in his second at-bat of the game. Here comes the 0-1. That's swung on and missed for strike two, and it looked like Jackson in a split second was like, I really should not have swung at that.
Yeah, that pitch was down and into a lefty, which if you know anything about baseball, that's the one spot you don't want to put it, but Mendoza did a good job getting that slider right below the barrel into the dirt.
Here comes the 0-2. That's popped in the direction of second. Will be off of the pitcher's glove. And the play at first will not be in time. JoJo Jackson puts on the Jets and makes it to first in time to keep the Cardinals alive here in this bottom half of the third.
Yeah, JoJo Jackson listed at 6'4", 225. But according to Coach JoJo, he's a little bit bigger than that. He's definitely 250, but mostly muscle. He's a big dude, and he could still get that down that line pretty quickly. So even though he's a big dude, he's very athletic and can get down that line as he runs that out. But they're checking on him over at first base.
And he's kneeling down. It looks like something may have happened below the knee.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe on that right leg is what it looks like, as the athletic trainer for the Cardinals will come out. And
yeah, hopefully he's all right. You never want to get injured early in the season, especially someone like him. He's a good player to watch, so hopefully he'll be okay.
And while we have this break, we will take a quick pause for a brief 10-second station identification, and we'll be back with you, hopefully with good news outside of this one.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium, where we sit in a brief injury timeout as JoJo Jackson makes the hit to which would have gone to second, but it did deflect off of the pitcher's glove. It did go to second. However, the play at first was not in time as Jackson sped his way on to first and made it into the outfield on the first base line. But now they're taking a look at him, as before we went to the break, we said he had held his right leg below the knee, and that's really something that you want to watch out for as any athlete. You don't want any injuries to your legs, especially, well, any injuries anywhere, but the legs especially.
Yeah, the legs in the back are definitely the most spots that become problematic, especially long-term. The upper body is never fun, as it looks like they're sending out a pinch runner. It looks like JoJo Jackson will be coming out of this game.
And that is a detriment to the Cardinals roster, as JoJo Jackson can be a threat to the team he is playing, and he looks emotional as he's holding his helmet up to his head, it looks like.
Yeah, JoJo is someone who can both impact the offensive and defensive side with his speed in the outfield. He has a lot of range. He has a strong arm out there as a lefty in left field, and he also can hit the ball pretty well. So that's definitely a loss for the Cardinals, and they look to get him back soon.
So that'll call up Drew Bristow to pinch run, for JoJo, as they will call up the seventh batter in the lineup, the catcher, Brody Popple, who is looking for his first hit of this game. I believe he was walked earlier this game, as he has an on-base percentage of a perfect 1,000, as he fouls that one off on the left side and catches the awning, as I can hear it. But Popple coming into this game 0 for 6, so really looking for his first hit as a Cardinal in this 2022 campaign. Drew Bristow on first following a JoJo Jackson injury. Here comes the 0-1 to Brody Popple. That misses for ball one. So the count evens 1 ball and 1 strike here. 2 outs down in this bottom half of the third. The Cardinals lead 2-0 here. Mendoza will set and deal to the lefty. Runner advances to second. Will the play be in time? It certainly will. And that's out number 3 for the Cardinals. So this is the first frame for the Cardinals that they have not gotten a run in. However, they lead 2-0, which can be commanding at one point, but most places in baseball just won't cut that.
Yeah, just as we saw the other night, runs can be put on the board, as the Cardinals won that game 15-9. But unlike last night, they lost 2-0. So you never know what's going to hold for a lead.
And we'll take the break here between the bottom of the third and the top of the fourth. Cardinals baseball is presented to you on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network, StretchInternet.com, and the Royal Examiner's YouTube page and website. Back with you in just a moment to restart the game in the top half of the fourth.
The Knights of Columbus. Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world. Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we're on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are, it's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium as the YMCA will round out here. And we start this top half of the fourth inning. The Cardinals lead 2-0 going into it. And the Rebels will send up number 24, Peyton Parker, the third baseman, to the plate. A 6'2", 210-pound junior out of Stephen F. Austin, hometown of West Monroe, Louisiana.
Yeah,
we resume play
Peyton
here.
Parker was up at the plate last inning when Kai Holiday was thrown out stealing, so that's why he's hitting at the plate right now, as that is the second consecutive inning that has ended on a caught stealing, and it
he
looks
pops
like
that to second. The play at first will be made in time, and out number one is recorded off of a first hit in the at-bat.
Yeah, just as I was saying, the last inning was ended on a caught stealing as well, so two nice throws by the catcher, Brody, and the catcher for the Rebels was Beckstead. Two nice throws to throw out the runners.
Garrett Wallace will come out now, the first baseman. And when his stat card comes up, I can tell you exactly what he's got. He is that's Parker. Parker coming into that bat 1 for 2. Now going down 1 for 3. As Wallace faces a 1-0 on the next pitch. Here it comes. That's popped up and will be fouled way back behind the park. Wallace 0 for 1 in this game so far. My apologies. 2 for 7 coming into this game. And he is looking for something here to spark his offensive journey at the plate. So here comes the 1-1. That's popped, grounded past the pitcher to second. Play looks to be playable, and it is in time. So that's two straight plays that have gone from 4 to 3. And out number 2 is recorded rather quickly than the Generals would have liked.
Yeah, I couldn't see too well, but it might have been deflected by the pitcher, Warnock. But that was a nice play by Connor Frost right there to charge the ball and make a nice play on the rod.
If he didn't deflect deflect the hit, yes. I don't know why my brain just went blank for a second. If he didn't deflect that hit, it was pretty close, as the first pitch to McDonald is down the alley for strike 1. So the count is 0-1 to start things off here for McDonald in his second at-bat of the game. I believe he is hitless as well. So here comes the 0-1. That's down the alley for strike 2. And indeed, McDonald is hitless. However, he did walk earlier in this game.
Yeah, Warnock looking for a quick inning right here, as it's 2 straight strikes to the batter. And the third one up for ball 1, 1-2.
1-2 count off the 0-2. Warnock with 3 strikeouts on the game. Either hoping to make it 4 or get another out at first to retire this side, which has been rather quick. Here comes the 1-2. That's swung on and missed for strike 3. And that's strikeout number 4 of the game for Warnock, as out number 3 is recorded and the side is retired for this top half of the fourth. So we go into the bottom half, still in 2-0 ball game. The Cardinals lead with a quick top half of the fourth. We'll take it into the break, and we'll be back with you in just a minute on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
The Knights of Columbus. Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world. Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we're on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are. It's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium, where we face a 2-0 ball game going into the bottom half of the fourth here. The Front Royal Cardinals lead over the visiting Newmarket Rebels and are winning score-wise and hit-wise with a 5-2 deficit going towards the Rebels.
Yeah, so far we've seen a clean game as Mendoza is set and fires to Brody up and away. We've seen a clean game right now. Nice defensive plays. Balls are being put in play. And there are still nice strikeouts by the pitchers. And even the hitters are still hitting the ball well. They're just, some of them are just getting unlucky.
Brody Popple, no hits, but has walked, as that one could have clipped his toes if he wasn't careful. So the count is now 2-0 here for Brody Popple, who again is looking for his first hit of the game, but he has made an appearance on base.
Yeah, we haven't seen that from the pitcher Mendoza in a while, where he's just uncorked one to the left-hand batter.
2-0 is popped in the direction of left field. However, it looks to be playable by Holiday, and it is. So the first out is recorded, but a great try by Popple there.
Yeah, he hit that ball well, just right at him.
So that'll bring up Connor Frost to the plate. Second baseman, 6 foot, 185-pound junior out of North Georgia. Due up after Frost will be Coltrane Rubiner. And I believe Connor does have a hit on the night. If not, it was a walk.
No, Connor grounded out to third base in order to move Popple over to third, which Popple eventually scored on the wild pitch.
That's what it was, yep. So 1-0 is the count now for Frost following the pitch there that went down into the left-handed batter's box on the ground. Here comes the 1-0. That's swung on a miss for strike one. So the count now evens 1 ball and 1 strike here for the junior out of North Georgia. Here in his second at-bat of the game. He's 1 for 6 this season. That's a 166 batting average. That one hit was counted as an RBI. As he now faces a 1-1. Here comes the pitch. That was close to him as he got out of the way rather quick for a 2-1 count on the next one. And I think it's a good thing that he did get out of the way because that was really close to his head.
Yeah, that definitely would have hit him in the upper shoulder to neck area. So it was a good thing that he got out of the way there.
2-1 count. Mendoza on the mound. Here comes the pitch. And that's downstairs for ball 3.
Yeah, good hitters count right here for Connor to get on base and maybe drive the ball into the gap or maybe just drive it up the middle right now.
Mendoza has pitched around 71 pitches as he now faces a 3-2 on the next one. Connor Frost rather faces it. And that's pitch number 72. Here comes the payoff. That's popped but foul, so everything will stay as it is. Again, Connor Frost looking for his first hit of the game, second of the season. Mendoza searching for his 4th strikeout of the game. So Frost readies in the batter's box. Mendoza sets on the mound and will deal the payoff, and that's popped, bouncing ball in the direction of third. It's bobbled a little bit, so Frost will get there off of an error. So that's the second or third time we've seen a bobble off the glove this game for the Rebels. And this payoff actually went into the favor of the Cardinals as they get one on base because of it.
Yeah, that was a tough play for the third baseman as he was charging and trying to catch it on that short hop right after the long hop. Definitely a tough play, but a play that should have been made. So Connor Frost will reach on an error right there.
Coltrane
Rubner is getting set and ready.
Coltrane Rubner coming up now, the right fielder, 6 foot, 185-pound sophomore out of Eastern Michigan University, will take the pitch fouled off on the left side. So the count will start out 0-1 here for Rubner in his second at-bat of the game, looking for his first hit of the game and of the season. He comes into the game 0 for 2, and I think a hit for him would really be a spark.
Yeah, not only will it be a spark for him, but it will be a spark for the team as they'll get Riley Frost to the dish. as Riley Frost is already 2 for 2 in this ball game. So hopefully Rubner can get on and flip it for the top of the lineup.
Meanwhile, Rubner faces a ball outside, so the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike here with 1 out down in this bottom half of the fourth. Cardinals lead 2-0. Mendoza sets up and will deal as runner advances, but it looks to be playable or rather foul, my apologies, in the left. So things will go back to where they are, and Rubner will face a 1-2 count on the next one.
Yeah, he got jammed a little bit there, so hopefully he gets his hands inside the baseball and turns on it for the next time he sees a fastball. But it was a good little start right now. Sometimes you can make those in at-bat adjustments, and he can turn on a baseball as Connor had to retreat back to first base as he was stealing on the play.
Mendoza faces a 5.41 ERA so far in this game. He has pitched 77, make it 78 on this one as that's bouncing ball to short. Plays at second is in time. The play at first is not in time, so it is not a double play conversion. However, out number 2 is recorded.
Yeah, I don't know what was going through my head, but I was like, hey, he just needs to get this ball to second base to end the inning, but there was only 1 out on that play. So that was a little weird in-between hop right there for the shortstop. He decided to stay back on it, get the longer hop, and flip it to second to at least get the 1 out.
So it will be Riley Frost to come up now, following his brother's exit at second off of the Rubner hit to short. 2 outs on the board, bottom of the fourth, 2-0 ball game. The Cardinals lead as Frost faces a looking strike on the first one. The count will go to 0-1 to start things off here for Frost. In his third at-bat of the game, he is 1 for 2.
He's actually 2 for 2. It was just in that first at-bat, he got picked off at first base as they looked to get Coltrane leaving a little too far off, and the catcher throws down to first and does not get him as the count goes to 1-1, I believe.
Indeed, it should be 1-1.
0-2, sorry.
Umpire rather signals 0-2. There are 2 outs on the board. Bottom half of the fourth, Cardinals lead 2-0. Have not scored since the second.
Good take right there from Riley Frost as he left that off-speed pitch down. That was a chase pitch that Mendoza just wanted to get for his 5th strikeout right there.
1 ball, 2 strikes on the next pitch. Riley Frost at the plate. Eduardo Mendoza at the mound. And here comes the 1-2. That's downstairs for ball 2. And the count now even 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs down. Coltrane Rubner on first following a hit to short that got Connor Frost, who was previously on first, out at second. So Eduardo sets up. With a 2-2, he will deal. That's missed for ball 3. So the count fills yet again for another 3-2. And this one looked kind of close to Frost here, as he had to lean away a little bit in order for it to miss him.
Yeah, and Riley Frost, all he wants to do here is put a ball into the outfield because that will get him to third base, as Rubner will be running from first on a 3-2 count right here. So we'll see as he sets, fires, and fouled back by Riley Frost as Rubner was on the move to second base there.
So the count stays where it is, 3-2 for Riley Frost, the sophomore out of North Georgia. And it will be Coltrane Rubner, who tried to make the advance to second, will go back.
He'll be running again because it is a 3-2 count with 2 outs. So you'll see the defense not really move because there's no point. If it's ball 4, he gets second base. If it's strike 3, you're not throwing him out because that's out number 3.
Mendoza sets and deals the payoff. That's popped up, playable into center field. Fowler makes the read and will make the catch, and the side retires on yet another scoreless inning for the Cardinals. However, they do lead 2-0 as the train comes in perfect timing to end this bottom half of the fourth. It's a 2-0 ball game. Cardinals lead. We will go into the 5th. Again, Cardinals lead 2-0 here on the Front Row Cardinals radio network.
I'm JB Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
So make sure you pick up your.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium as Kevin Warreneck is retired for the game. Replacing him will be Alex Sakis out of Rider University, a senior from Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. His career statistics, he has an ERA total of .990. He's 1-2 at Rider. He's made 14 appearances, 25 walks, 23 strikeouts, 51 hits allowed. As we will get set and ready to resume play here.
Again, thank you to our sponsors, Hazard Mills, today. Hazard Mills, if you want to book a family reunion, wedding, anything of the sorts, any company events, anything like that, go to Hazard Mills. They're right on the Shenandoah River. Beautiful place to go, swim, fish, whatever you want to do there. They'll have water activities for you. And they also have jiu-jitsu lessons if you would like to do that as well. So go check out Hazard Films. And again, thank you for the sponsor.
The DH Ryan McCarthy is facing Sakis now as he takes a ball to start things off here. And he looked to swing for a second, but realized that wasn't in the zone, so left it alone for a called ball one. Sakis deals the 1-0. That's missed for ball two. Count now goes to 2-0.
Yeah, hopefully Sakis can throw some strikes and get some quality innings out of the bullpen here for the Cardinals.
Sakis sets up and deals the 2-0. That's missed, or rather down the alley for a called strike looking, and that looked to be low to me at least.
That looked to be a little low, but I think Brody did a very good job framing that ball to make it appear as a strike.
2-1 is the count on the next pitch. It is Ryan McCarthy at the plate, rather. Alex Sakis on the mound. That's correct, as he deals a 3-1, so it'll be 3-1 on the next one.
Yeah, that looked to be the same pitch. So either it was a little lower than I thought, or it just wasn't called a strike this time, as Sakis is ready and he deals. It
3-1
is
fouled
right back.
3-1 is fouled back into the netting, back in towards our direction here at Bing Crosby Stadium up in the press box. So the count will fill 3-2 strikes for what seems like the millionth time in this game. But for the first for Alex Sakis here in his appearance as a Cardinal, here comes the payoff, and that's fouled off on the right side.
Yeah, McCarthy doing a good job just fighting off those tough pitches, either looking to get something to hit or he's just looking for ball four. And Alex Sakis doing a good job battling back from 3-1 to get the count to full and forcing McCarthy to foul off those pitches.
Sakis sets and deals the second payoff, and that's missed for ball four. So McCarthy will go to first off the 90-foot walk of fame, and that will bring up Beckstead, the catcher for the Rebels this evening, 6', 200-pound senior out of Tulane, hometown of Queen Creek, Arizona. McCarthy coming into that bat was 0 for 1. However, he did make an on-base appearance, so he's made his second of the game.
Yeah, McCarthy he grounded out to the pitcher last time, as this one is popped up on the first pitch, and it looks like Riley Frost was calling for it. He drops the pop-up, but is able to recover and make the play at second.
The play at second is in time off of a recovery by Riley Frost near the pitcher's mound. And that's something that I believe he will be ending up kicking himself for, as that was just a play that you had to make at that time.
Yeah, he'll be kicking himself for it, but that was a bit of a tough play, as he had to run onto the mound to try and make that play. And as an infielder, you're taught, do not let the pitcher make the play, because they already have enough on their mind. Let the rest of the defense do the work. He dropped that one, but he did a good job to keep his head up, recover, and make the play at second base.
Richie Morales, the shortstop, coming up now for the Rebels. In his second appearance in the game, the throwback to first is not in time Would have been in time if Jack Hay was playing closer to the bag. However, it is not, and Morales faces a 1-0 on the next pitch.
Yes, Sakis is trying to get the same result as the last one. Just a harmless little out that will either keep the runner at first base or just maybe get a double play here as the next pitch is up and in for ball 2.
2-0 on the next pitch. Sakis looking for his first strikeout of the game as a Cardinal here. Runner on first for the Rebels.
That's Beckstead.
Is Beckstead.
As this one is popped into center, and it drops for a base hit.
So that is the second hit allowed off of Sakis.
That's only the first hit.
Or correction, rather. Yep.
Because McCarthy got on via walk. So, yeah, that one blooped. It looked like he didn't hit that ball too well, but hey, you just hit it in the right spot, and sometimes good things happen. So now the Rebels are threatening here with first and second, down 2-0 in the top of the 5th.
That'll bring up Burwash up to the plate.
Burwash grounded out the third on a nice play by our third baseman, Drew, on the last play as the next pitch comes in, and it is low for ball 1. That looked pretty good to me.
That did indeed look good. However, Burwash will start up in the count 1-0 in his second at-bat of the game, looking for his first hit. I got tripped up on my own thoughts there for a second. Here comes the 1-0 from Sakis as he sets. And he deals it. That's missed for ball 2, so the count now goes 2-0 here. One out down.
2-0 for Burwash right here. It's a good spot to hit, but I would not be surprised if they try and put a bunt down because he looked like he had some wheels in the first inning, or the first at-bat for him. So a well-placed bunt could load the bases, but at least get the runners over to second and third as this pitch is taken for ball 3 outside. It is now 3-0, and Sakis has to put the ball over the plate or he's going to load the bases.
Indeed, he will, as it is a 3-0 count on this pitch, and something you want to avoid right now is loading the bases, let alone having 2 on base right now, as he will indeed load the bases.
Yeah, he loads the bases right here, and the worst part about this, the top of the lineup is now up, so this is the part of the lineup that's going to do the most damage to a pitcher, especially with runners on base. That's why they're at the top of the lineup. So hopefully he can get out of this one, maybe a harmless strikeout or harmless ground out to the pitcher, something like that. But you have to remember he does have 2 runs to work with. So right now the Cardinals will trade and out for a run.
Kai Holiday, your man at the plate now, playing in left field, the leadoff batter originally for the Rebels this evening. Sakis will set and will deal the pitch. That's missed for ball 1. So the count starts up for
That's
Holiday.
5 straight balls. He's looking to get one over the plate right here. Hopefully he can, because that will limit the damage for the Cardinals, because they need to get some more runs for him before we can feel more comfortable in this ball game. As the next pitch is over the plate for a strike, it is now 1-1.
Sakis has given up a hit and 2 walks to load the bases here in this top half of the 5th. Cardinals do lead 2-0, but with these loaded bags, that lead can get chopped down and burnt down in a heartbeat.
Yeah, absolutely. A base hit right here could score 2.
1-1 count, missed for ball 2.
Nice block there by Brody. That was probably a foot in front of the plate, somewhere around there, completely in the left-hand batter's box. But Brody does a very nice job on that slider, getting his body around, getting his body in front of that ball, blocking it, keeping it in front, and not allowing that runner on third to get to the next bag.
2 balls, 1 strike. Sakis sets up for the leadoff batter, Kai Holiday at the plate. Here comes the pitch. That's popped up. Looks to be foul. It will be just foul. However, it was Coltrane Rubner, the right fielder, giving chase to go get the ball.
Yeah, it's now 2-2. And right now, if you're Sakis, you're looking for that strikeout because you just never know. The leadoff hitter, Kai Jackson, did get thrown out, but he has some speed at the top of the lineup. So a ground ball might not be a double play, especially with how slow this infield plays as the pitch is thrown and it is fouled back for strike as it remains strike 2.
Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes here. 1 out down in this top half of the 5th. The Cardinals lead 2-0. However, they face loaded bags here as Sakis has been called up for the Cardinals here. He's pitched 20 pitches so far. Here comes 21 on a 2-2, and that's a cut and a miss for strike 3. That's Sakis' first strikeout as a Cardinal here, and one that he needed for sure.
Absolutely. Getting that strikeout right there means he just needs one more out. An out will not do the trick for the Rebels right here to drive in a run. So that was huge for Sakis right there. He was very happy with that pitch. That was a well-executed slider low and away to get a swing and a miss by Kai Jackson right there.
Center fielder Bryce Fowler comes up now. He's 0 for 2 in this game, 3 for 7 coming into it, as he looks at a ball to start things off here in this opening pitch of the at-bat.
Yeah, that one looked down and low and away. So hopefully Sakis can make him swing the bat right here and get himself out and let his defense do the work. And then hopefully the Cardinals can go into the bottom of the fifth feeling comfortable with a 2-0 lead and looking to attack on some more runs as he's set and the pitch.
And that will...
Low and in.
That
ball gets away, and that's going to score a run for the Rebels right there. That pitch just got away from Sakis, and it got away from Brody. There was not much he can do on that fastball about 3 feet in front of the plate. That's a tough pitch to try and stop right there.
So the Rebels add a run to their deficit to make it a 2-1 ball game now. The Cardinals still lead here in this top half of the fifth. However, with 2 on base and one who can possibly pick up a spark with their first hit of the game.
And right now, a hit can drive in 2 runs and give the Rebels a lead. So hopefully Sakis can get this out as the next pitch is
downstairs.
Low for 3-0.
And the question is, what will Clint Marsh do if he loads the bags again?
Yeah, I don't know. Clint Marsh might, or Coach Marsh, rather, he might have some confidence in Sakis as the next pitch is dealt, and it's hit into left center field, and it is down for a base hit. It might be 2.
It is,
as that's going to score 2 runs right here.
So it is a 2-run RBI double for Bryce Fowler, his first hit of the game.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see right there if you're Sakis, as that got home 2 runs. But that's hard to see for Coach Clint Marsh as well, because Sakis also got himself into that jam as well. It's not like he came into that jam. He got himself into that jam, and he will not escape with a lead right now.
Sakis allows his second hit of the game, and it comes at a cost to the Cardinals, who then led 2-1, now trail 3-2 here in this top half of the fifth. Need one more out, and it will not come on this one as it is fouled away on the left side.
You know, right now, if you're the Cardinals, you just need this last out. Get your lineup ready to hit again, because now you need more runs. You're not going to win this ball game with only 2 runs. Hopefully, they can put on 3 or 4 within the next few innings to take a commanding lead.
Peyton Parker facing Sakis in his first time in the game. Here comes the pitch. That's missed for ball 1. So the count now evens 1 ball and 1 strike here for Parker, who is 1 for 2 coming into this at-bat, 1 for 8 coming into the game. It was a 125 average. 1-1 count on the next pitch. Rebels now lead 3-2 here in this top half of the fifth. Off of a beautiful hit in the left center. And here comes the pitch. That's missed for ball 2, and the count now goes up for Parker 2-1.
Yeah, if you're watching live right now, you saw that Bryce Fowler on second base did a little fake steal right there, trying to see what the defense would do as he just drove that ball into left center field in his at-bat to get onto second base with a double, as the 2-1 is dealt, and it is inside for ball 3, 3-1.
And runner steals from second to third in a pinch. And I don't think anything happened there, as I think Sakis had the ball the whole time that happened.
Yeah, what happened there was he timed up Brody's throw back to the pitcher. That was a delayed steal. He took shuffle, did not go back to the bag, instead took off for third. And with a 3-1 count coming in, it is lined into right center field, and
the catch will be made there by Bazio, and the side retires, but not before the Rebels inflict damage on the Cardinals, who led coming into the frame, and now they trail 3-2. As we go to the other side of it, Cardinals looking to get the bats hot here in this bottom half of the fifth, as they now trail 3-2. Cardinals baseball is rented to you on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner. You're home with the Cardinals all season long on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
I'm JB Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
You're listening to Cardinals baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. As we resume play here, the Cardinals now trail 3-2 over the Rebels, who got a great spark there in the top half of the fifth. And the Rebels will call up a new pitcher. That will be Blaine Deaton, a righty on the mound, 6'6", 205-pound senior out of the University of Indiana, hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. And we will see what Deaton brings to this game. He has recorded 1 strikeout. He has 1 total inning pitched. And he has a perfect 9 ERA.
Yeah, that's probably just one inning pitched, 1 earned run right there. And it looks like Blaine Deaton, he's a big dude. So he might be tough to face, as that ball is going to come pretty high off the mound. And it's going to come with some velo with his size. So hopefully Anthony Bosio, our 2-hitter, can get something rolling here for the Cardinals.
Center fielder Anthony Bosio coming up for his 3rd at-bat of the game. Faces 1 for 2 as he pops that up in the direction of third. The play looks to be made, and it will. As Bosio tried to round to second before the call would be made. However, out number 1 is recorded for the Cardinals as Bosio will go down 1 for 3 on the game. That'll bring up the third baseman, Drew Kemp, 6'2", 190-pound senior out of Longwood, hometown of South Chesterfield, Virginia.
Yeah, right there, Bosio just trying to run it out in case a ball is dropped right there. Nothing more than that, as he was rounding second base as the ball was caught. As the next pitch to Drew is outside for ball 1, or was it a strike? It was a strike for 0-1.
Here comes the 0-1 that's missed for ball 1, and the count now evens out 1 ball and 1 strike here for Camp in his 3rd at-bat of the game. Here comes the 1-1 that is popped, bouncing ball, but will be foul. So the count now will go down for Camp 1 and 2, who is 1 for 2 on the night. He's 1 for 7 in the season coming into this game. Still looking for a spark of a hit. He does have a hit in this game. But just
hopefully he can get something going here.
Just looking to break that deficit as ball 2 is dealt off of the corner of the left-hand batter's box. If you're listening on Stretch, Drew Kemp is a righty, so he wasn't in threat to that pitch there. But the count now evens 2 balls and 2 strikes for the third baseman.
Yeah, and for any of you just tuning in, as Deaton is about to deal the 2-2 inside 3-2. For any of you guys coming in just now, it is a 3-2 ball game in terms of for the Rebels, as they just took a 3-2 lead with a 3-run inning in the top of the 5th. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning as Drew Camp is up to dish with a 3-2 count. The pitch is on its way, and swing and a miss. Now 2 down for the Front Royal Cardinals as they're looking to just bounce back and maybe tie up this ball game with 2 outs, which they are very willing to do, as we've seen a lot of two-out rallies by these Front Royal Cardinals.
That'll bring up Jack Hay, the first baseman for the Cardinals. He is 0 for 1 tonight, 2 for 5 coming in to this game. He does have a home run that we witnessed Friday night, so Cardinals fans are probably holding their breath for a moment like that as they trail by 1, 3-2 in this bottom half of the fifth. Here comes the pitch as Jack Hay swings and misses for strike one. On the opening pitch of the at-bat, he goes down on the count 0 for 1. Again, there are 2 outs on the board this bottom half of the fifth. And here comes the 0-1 pitch that's swung on and missed again, this time for strike 2. So the count now goes down 0-2 for Hay.
Yeah, that's 2 straight changeups right there by Deaton. That's really good pitches. Got Hay out on his front foot, got him lunging a little bit as he's looking for that fastball, and the 0-2 is dealt. And it's swing and a miss. Same thing. Changeup low and away right there. Got Jack Hay on his front foot as his side is retired, and we will be heading into the top of the sixth.
So the Cardinals go through 3 straight innings where they have not produced a run, and that has inevitably hurt them as they now trail 3-2 over the visiting Newmarket Rebels. As we go into the sixth, Cardinals trail 3-2. You're listening to Cardinals baseball on StretchNet.com and on the Royal Examiner's website or YouTube page. Both are affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
I'm JB Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
Lindsay Advantage 31. #1 Chevrolet service team in the world.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. As we return in this top half of the sixth, the Cardinals trail 3-2. Alex Sakis is your man on the mound for the Cardinals this evening. The Rebels will call up
Now batting for the Rebels in the top of the sixth. Number 26, Garrett Wallace.
It'll be Garrett Wallace. Thank you, Harold Chun, for helping me out. For some reason, I could not find who it was. But it is indeed Garrett Wallace, the first baseman who finds a strike on the first one. The count is 0-1 to start things off here for Wallace in his third at-bat of the game, and he is looking for his first hit of this game.
Yeah, and hopefully Sakis, for the Cardinals' sake, can get this game back in control as there's a ground ball to third base, and it's foul. But hopefully Sakis can bounce back after allowing 3 in the top of the fifth inning, hopefully come back in the top of the sixth inning, put up a goose egg, and get the Cardinals' bats rolling in the bottom of the sixth inning here.
0-2 is the count now. Sakis on the mound. Faces a 3-2 ball game where he's trailing. Here comes the pitch that's popped up into the direction of left. Looks to be foul territory. It is. And the catch is made out there by Dallas Height, who has had a heck of a ball game as a rookie here in Bing Crosby Stadium.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Height right there. And you can hear some of the players go, you got room, just to make sure that he wasn't running out of room down there on the left field line and that he had plenty of time to camp under that baseball, because sometimes you just can't find the wall out there and you're worried you're going to hit it before you have time to catch that baseball.
The right fielder, Maddox McDonald, will come up to the plate now, facing 1 out on the board in this top half of the sixth. His team leads 3-2. Here comes the pitch from Sakis.
Ground ball to first base. It's a little cue shot. Sakis picks it up right there and tosses it over to first base.
From this angle, if you looked at it the perfect way, it kind of looked like it would have hit off his shoulder, but it obviously didn't.
Yeah, he was just really early on that pitch. Cue shot it off to the right side. Weak little ground ball. Sakis able to get over there, pick it up himself, and make the play.
So the Cardinals are doing pretty good defensively in this frame so far. They now have 2 outs down in this top half of the 6th, as that first pitch is swung on and missed by Maddox McDonald.
No, McCarthy is up at the dish now. McDonald just got out.
My correction, it is McCarthy.
As McCarthy swings through another slider right there, which is 0-2. So hopefully they can get this final out and get into the top half of the next inning, bottom half of the next inning, and get the bats rolling. Excuse me.
Here comes the 0-2 to McCarthy. That's popped off of the shoe. We'll go into the outfield just a bit. The play at first is in time.
What a play by Connor Frost right there. I don't think it hit off the shoe. I think it hit right off that rubber right there. And that's the 3rd out. I don't know why they're still out there. Because
that, in fact, that actually was McDonald, because McCarthy is coming out now.
But the ball hit off of his shoe in the last at bat. I thought that was
possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
I didn't see a sign. I thought that was a ground ball, but I guess that is only the 2nd out.
So our correction, that was McDonald at the plate. There are now 2 outs on the board.
I was kind of confused why the scoreboard wasn't going on, because
me too.
It looked like that ball just cue shot off the end of the bat, and he was able to get the out.
So that'll bring up the DH Ryan McCarthy, who faces a 2-0 on the next pitch following 2 straight misses. Still a 3-2 ball game. The Rebels now lead in this top half of the 6th. Cardinals have not scored since the bottom half of the 2nd inning. As that goes into the dirt, and shortstop will make the play at first. It is not in time, however.
Yeah, and just going back to that last play, if you're McDonald right there, you cannot be upset. You hit that ball hard right up the middle. You just got very unlucky that ball hit right off of the lip of the pitcher's mound, right off the rubber, in fact, bounced straight up to the second baseman, Connor Frost, and he made a nice play on that ball to get that ball out of his glove quickly and deliver it to first base for an out.
That will bring up my correction, I'm looking at the wrong lineup, Seth Beckstead for the Rebels. Beckstead is playing catcher this evening for the Rebels, as his team faces 2 outs and 1 runner on first. Here comes the pitch from Sakis. That's missed for ball 1, so the count will start up for Beckstead. 1-0 to start things off here in his 3rd at-bat of the game.
Yeah, Beckstead goes to Tulane, and I heard that's a pretty fun school down there in New Orleans. I would love to visit one time. I do have a few friends that go there, so that'd be a lot of fun. Hopefully New Orleans stays pretty clean as the runner goes right here, and it is not in time.
That was a great play by the runner, McCarthy.
Yeah, right there. That was a nice play by Brody Powell behind the dish, but it looked like Connor Frost just did not get there in time to make the play at second base and tag the runner.
Count is now 1 ball and 1 strike here for Seth Beckstead, who is 1 for 2 this evening. 0 for 4 coming into this game, so he finally got a hit that he was most likely looking for. However, he faces a 1 ball, 1 strike count on this one. Here comes the pitch. That's missed for ball 2, and the count now goes 2 balls and 1 strike rather.
Brody paused right there. Definitely looked like he wanted that pitch to be called a strike, and he was kind of confused why it wasn't. But either way, it is now a 2-1 count.
Sakis set. Got a runner behind him on second. That is Brian McCarthy. We'll take a look back. And we'll deal the 2-1. That's popped up. Will be playable into right field. Chasing over is Coltrane Rubner into foul territory. He makes the catch. And the side is retired off of a great running play by Coltrane Rubner.
Yeah, exactly what the Cardinals and Sakis needed right there. A quick little inning to get their bats back at the dish. And Sakis needed that for himself as he allowed 3 runs prior in the last inning.
We go into the bottom half of the 6th. The Cardinals trail 3-2. And you're listening to Cardinals Baseball as a presentation on StretchNet.com and on the Royal Examiner on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network. This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals! A reminder that you should sign your baseball-loving child up for the Front Royal Cardinals Fundamental Camps that will be coming up later this month. June 20th and 23rd will be the Fundamentals Camp. And the Pitchers and Catchers Camp will be running from June 27th through the 29th. Both camps run from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. each day. And you get several benefits, including a cookout on the very last day of camps with the players and coaches.
For any of you guys wondering that are watching live right now, our coach, Clint Marsh, has a birthday tomorrow, and we were just wishing him a happy birthday. And it was very nice to see as players signed a card before the game. As this ball is hit by Dallas Height, his bat was broken, and he is out at first base.
I was getting ready to say that bat sounded like it broke.
Absolutely. He got jammed right there, and that was a broken bat for sure.
So that'll be out number one early on for the Cardinals. It's a great effort, though, but out number one nonetheless will take Dallas Height back to the dugout.
Yeah, something I like to see right there is Dallas Height was hustling out of the box, even though it was just a simple ground ball to first base. So that was a really nice effort right there. As it brings up
Drew Bristow,
who came in for JoJo Jackson, if some of you guys remember, because of an injury to JoJo on a ground ball to third shortstop that he ran out for a base hit.
First pitch to Bristow is missed for ball one and will come off the catcher, I believe off of the pads on the legs.
No, I think he just didn't pick it cleanly. I think that hit off the glove. But either way, it was ball one, and it really doesn't matter.
Right. 1-0 is the count for Drew Bristow, who is looking for his first hit. He is 0 for 3 this season. Here comes the pitch. That's popped up into foul territory. Will be out of play. So count going even now. 1 ball and 1 strike here for Bristow in his opening at-bat of the game.
Yeah, that's definitely rough. He's been in the game for about three innings now, and this is his first at-bat. It's never easy to come in.
And 1-1 is a cut and a miss for strike 2.
Pinch runner, pinch hit, either way for an injured player.
So Bristow misses that one a little bit for strike 2, and the count now goes 1 ball and 2 strikes here for Bristow, who is a senior out of North Carolina, Asheville, and he will get the ball to go for that one as it evens out 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. That's bounced way before it gets in the infield dirt circle.
I think that almost hit the infield grass, if I'm not mistaken.
It did.
That looked like a changeup or a fastball that he just spiked. He let that go way too late, and it was probably a 50-foot pitch, if I'm not mistaken.
So the count now feels 3 balls, 2 strikes for Bristow, the Cicero, New York native. Here comes the payoff. That'll be down the alley for a strike 3 looking, and Bristow will go back and will stay 0 for 1 now, as out number 2 is recorded.
Yeah, we're in the bottom of the 6th, and that was only the second strikeout looking we've had all game. So even though we've had a good bit of strikeouts, players are going down swinging, which is what you love to see from both sides of both teams.
So the catcher, Brody Papa, will come up. He is 0 for 1 this game, 0 for 6 coming into it as he jumped out of the way there in order to miss being hit by the pitch.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to do a little drag bunt right there. Get the team going, get on base.
1-0 is the count here for Popple. Again, looking for his first hit of the game and of the season. He sits 0 for 6 coming into this game. 0 for 1. However, he has gotten on-base appearance off of a walk as ball 2 is dealt, as it just bounced in the area of the far side line of the batter's box. So the count is now 2-0 for Popple. And here comes the pitch. That's downstairs, almost hitting the exact same spot again. And the count is now 3-0 for Popple.
Yeah, Deaton is definitely a hard pitcher to face right now if you're a batter, because it seems like it's either a strike or it's way off, because it's either hitting the dirt or it's right down the middle. And that's a hard pitcher to face. As a 3-0 is in and is low for ball 4. Popple gets on to first base. But as I was saying, as a hitter, you want a pitcher that stays around the zone. Someone that stays around the zone is so much easier to hit because you know that you're going to get something to hit eventually. Where if someone's all over the place, you don't know if it's going to be a strike or if it's going to hit you. So it's so much harder to anticipate a strike and be ready to hit with someone that's just all over the place or right down the middle.
Deaton picks strikeout number 4 up as Connor Frost will come back to the plate. He does have a hit this game, however, not much after that, as Popple will deal and miss for a strike, or excuse me, ball 1, rather. Strikeout number 3, my apologies for Deaton. That is walk number 1, my apologies. Got them the wrong way around, but Matthew, that's something you'll realize that I'm quite fond of doing, is messing things up, as the 1-0 is chopped on and missed for strike 1, as the count now evens at 1 ball and 1 strike here for Connor Frost.
Yeah, that's all right. We're all going to make mistakes. We're humans, and we're just getting going at this. So hopefully not too many big mistakes down the road.
There's room with me, as that goes into the foul territory on the right side. And he will round to third. They'll hold him here, but what a play by Popple.
That's heads-up base running right there.
Popple read where that ball was going and just understood that play from the get-go.
Yeah, Popple, it was an attempted pickoff right there, and Popple got to third off of an errant throw by the pitcher Deaton, and he made it all the way to third because of his heads-up base running. He put his head down, and he just ran until his coach told him to stop.
So the tying run now for this game is at third. He's possibly in scoring position, but with 2 outs on the board, it's possible that he might not score as Frost fouls that off. It looks to be playable, though, and it will not be, as it just goes inside of the Rebels bullpen on the right side. So the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes now for Connor Frost in his third at-bat of the game.
Yeah, just like last inning when we heard the Cardinals players saying, you got room right there. We heard the catcher for the Rebels yelling, wall, wall, wall to the first baseman as he was about to run into the wall trying to make that play.
So Deaton sets and will deal the 1-2 to Frost. That is down the alley for a strike 3 looking, and they will strand that runner at third. So great awareness by the Rebels to keep Frost off the bag and to especially keep the run from scoring here late in this game. We'll take a brief break here. When we come back, we will start with the 7th inning. Cardinals trail 3 runs to 2 over the visiting Newmarket Rebels. Cardinals baseball is presented to you on StretchInternet.com and on the Real Examiner's website on the Front Row Cardinals radio network.
Welcome to Hazard Mill Farms, located in the beautiful Appalachian foothills of Virginia. The farm offers lodging, a retreat center, and catering. We also offer a wide range of outdoor activities and recreation. Located on the banks of the Shenandoah River, we invite you to enjoy many river activities, swimming, tubing, and canoeing. We provide many options for your wedding and other events. If you want a peaceful place to relax, spend time with family, simply enjoy the beauty of the surrounding area, or host a killer event, Hazard Mill Farms is the perfect place for you. Right. All of our rental spaces are available for your special event. Visit hazardmillfarm.com to reserve today.
What inspires us to build safer automobiles? People like Anna and David, who are always worried about
Toñito.
Toñito.
Toñito. Toñito.
Toñito. The Chevy Cruze with a 5-star overall vehicle score for safety. Inspired by Anna, David, and Tanika. From what matters to you to what's important to us, Chevy runs deep.
This message is brought to you by your local Lindsay Chevrolet of Front Royal.
Hello and welcome back to Cardinals baseball here on Point Streak and on the Front Royal Examiner. Right now, if you're just tuning in, we're in the top of the 7th inning. The Rebels had a 3-run inning in the top of the 5th to make it a 3-2 ball game. As they hold on to that lead right now, it is 3-2 heading into the top of the 7th inning, the back third of this game, as the Rebels are losing the hit category 5-6 to the Cardinals, but winning the run category 3-2. So hopefully the Cardinals can make a little comeback right here as the first pitch is dealt for strike one with a foul ball.
Richie Morales at the plate now, 1 for 2 in this game. As he fouls that previous one away, here comes the 0-1 rather. That's missed for ball 1. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike here. Morales coming into this game was 0 for 5, so he has picked up a hit this game, and he's finally gotten on the board in that column for the season as he pops that one. What a play by Jack Hay at first! Oh my goodness, what a play!
Some hot hands over there at first base. That was hit very, very well, but a very nice play by Jack Hay to make that play.
Jack Hay said, "Hey, what's up? You're not coming to first on my watch." Jack Hay with the awareness play there. And out number 1 is recorded rather quickly, as that'll bring up Eli Burwash, the 9th batter in the lineup for the Rebels here.
And I can't explain this enough. The Cardinals need Sakis to have another good inning, as this ball is lined into center field, and it drops in for a base hit. And big turn at first, but sticks at first with a base hit is Burwash. But can't reiterate this enough. Cardinals need a 0 here, because a 0 will keep them in the ball game and allow their hitters to try and get quality at bats up there at the plate and drive in a run.
Kai Holiday returning to the plate for his 4th time now in this game. When his stat card lines up, I will let you know exactly what he's done.
In this game, he is 0 for 3 with a line out to first, a strikeout, and a ground ball to second base.
First pitch to him on this one is missed for ball 1, so the count starts up for him 1-0.
No, excuse me. He has not lined out to first base. He was caught stealing to end one of the innings after being walked.
Either way, 1-0 the count. The throw back to first is not in time, as that is Eli Burwash at first, following the pop into center.
Yeah, something that we've seen here by the Rebels that we didn't see the other night from the Cannons is a little bit of speed on the bases as this runner is going, and
play is not in time.
Safe at second base as that throw was a little bit offline by Brody Popple.
Count is 2-0 now following that for Holiday. My correction, that is his third statistical now at bat of the game. So 2-0 is the count for him. And here comes, swung on and missed for strike 1.
Again, Saka is just looking to get it out here, whether that be a productive out or a harmless out, because an out is an out nonetheless to get it to 2 outs. So then the Rebels have to get a base hit to drive in the next run.
If Sakis finishes this inning with 3
nice block there by Brody. Throw to third. Not in time.
If Sakis finishes this inning right now, he's only recorded 1 strikeout after 2 1/3 innings. So he is really looking to get that spark there for the Cardinals.
Absolutely. And that was a nice block there by Brody. Stuck at his feet. Just great jump right there by Burwash to get over to second base. He read that ball in the dirt perfectly and had a very nice hook slide at third base to get around the tag.
Here comes the 3-1. That is down the alley for a strike 2 looking, and we now face another 3-2 count on the next pitch. However, 1 run is in scoring position, and this could make it a better game for the Rebels here late in this game.
Yeah, only 90 feet away, and with speed at third base, you got to make sure you looking back on a ground ball to the infield as they play in right now.
And the payoff is upstairs for ball 4.
Rather,
they will call him out. Oh, my goodness, what a call.
Bit of a late call, in my opinion.
Indeed, that ball to me looked like it was upstairs. Now, you can correct or you can say what you think about that, but I thought that was upstairs, so obviously I thought that was ball 4 by my call.
Not only did I think it was upstairs, so did Kai Holiday. And I think the umpire did for just a slight second because Holiday took a few steps down to first base as if he walked. As this ball gets by Brody, and it's a run.
It is indeed a run as Popple got up very late, and it is now a 4-2 ball game for the Rebels. However, Sakis in the previous at-bat picks up his second strikeout of this game. He has pitched around 3 innings. Let's just say 2 2/3 for statistical perfection's sake, but rounding around 3, he's only recorded 2 strikeouts. And that's popped foul on the left side.
Brody got up a little slow there, but I think it was also that ball got right through his glove. I think, A, he thought he blocked it. B, with that runner on third, Burwash had some speed, and he showed it off in those previous 2 as he stole both second and third base. And I think he knew he didn't have a chance there, whether or not he got up and hustled to that ball. As it is a swing and a miss, it is 1-2 with 2 outs. Sakis looking to get out of this inning right now and get the Cardinals hitting again, as they only have 3 more at-bats to try and get 2 runs or more across.
Cardinals trail 4-2 now in this top half of the 7th. That pitch is missed for ball 2, and the count now evens 2 balls and 2 strikes here. As I believe there are people across the hallway that are expressing their disgust at that call.
Yeah, they thought that was strike 3, and that looked like the one that Kai struck out on. As this ball is lined to third base, down the line.
Into left field, and it will be played. However, it will be a base hit as
he's thrown out at second base. What a throw.
However, it is a throw out at second base, so that hit will come at a cost.
Yeah, what a throw by the backup right there. Bristro came in this ball game just a few innings ago, and he beamed that one to second base to throw out the runner. And that's huge right now as the Cardinals are looking to get back in that game. Maybe they take a little bit momentum from that throw into the batter's box and score some more runs as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning.
Cardinals trail 4-2 going into the bottom half of the 7th inning. As we go into the 7th inning stretch, we go into it with a 4-2 Rebel lead. Back with you in a moment on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network right after this.
What inspires us to build safer automobiles? People like Anna and David, who are always worried about
Toñito.
the Chevy Cruze with a 5-star overall vehicle score for safety. Inspired by Anna, David, and Tanika. From what matters to you to what's important to us, Chevy runs deep.
This message is brought to you by your local Lindsay Chevrolet of Front Royal.
I'm JB Howler, President and CEO of U.S. Inspect Group, the country's largest home inspection company. We operate nationally across 24 MSAs, and our 30-year-old brand has delivered 3 million inspections. The best real estate brokerages in the country love us because we help their real estate agents get deals closed faster, and we protect their customers. We have a proven business model and positive EBITDA. With new investors, new management, new board, and new products, our mission is to make home inspections as simple and painless as ordering an Uber.
This message is brought to you by US Inspect. For more information, find them online at usinspect.com.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. As we return to you in this bottom half of the 7th inning, the Cardinals trail 4-2 over the visiting Newmarket Rebels. As the right fielder Coltrane Rubner will come up to the plate. And we'll see what he offers here as the Cardinals need a spark here offensively as they trail 4-2.
Yeah, and this is the guy to do it right now. He needs a little spark plug himself. So let's see if he can get going right here.
Rubner faces a 1-2 on the next one. Here comes the pitch. That's down the alley for a called strike 1. So the count is now even 1 ball and 1 strike here for Rubner. In his 3rd statistical at-bat of the game, he is searching for his first hit of the game and of the season as ball 2 is dealt rather close to the strike zone.
Yeah, with the way the ump has been calling it this game, that outside corner has been his favorite. I'm shocked he didn't call that one for a strike as Deaton is ready to go and he deals. It is swung on and missed for a 2-2 count right now. to Coltrane Rubner.
That was pitch number 30 for Deaton in this evening's game. He's pitched 2 complete innings, and he has not let up yet for the Cardinals, as that is a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. So out number 1 is recorded for Rubner, and he will go down 0 for 3 in this game.
Yeah, now we have the leadoff hitter, Riley Frost, coming up. He's 2 for 3 in this ball game. He's 2 for 3 in this ball game with a fly ball to center field in his out recorded. So he's hoping to spark plug this offense just a little bit.
Riley Frost, one of the players that has made an impact in this game so far, as he starts out down in the count 0 for 1 off of a cut and miss.
Yeah, Riley has impacted this game on the offensive side. Has not scored a run yet, but has definitely been a spark plug for this team. But on the other side of the ball, Connor Frost has done a very good job at second base with a few really, really nice plays, charging the ball, going back on it, hard hit balls, anything going his way. It feels like he's a vacuum and gets the out at first base.
1 ball and 1 strike count now following the previous pitch that was downstairs. 1 out down, bottom of the 7th. Cardinals trail 4-2, as that will be ball 2, as Frost had to duck out of the way in order to avoid recording an HBP. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Deaton on the mound, 2.1 innings pitched under his belt tonight, and that's popped up in the direction of right field. Looks to be playable in foul territory, and the catch is made by the first baseman, Wallace. Out number 2 is recorded here quicker than the Cardinals would have liked, and that will bring up Anthony Baggio to the plate.
Yeah, the Cardinals are running out of time here. I mean, I know it's the 7th inning, so they still have 2 more at-bats after this, but there's only so much you can go from not scoring in the first 2 innings to not scoring for these last 5 innings. You really need to get something going here if you're the Cardinals, so you're not going to the bottom of the 9th losing, or if you are losing, hopefully it's by 1 run and 1 run only. As
pitch
the
to him
pitch
is missed for ball 1. The count is 1-0 now for Baggio in his 4th statistical at-bat of the game. He sits 1 for 3 this evening, 4 for 8 coming into this game. And his batting average will take a little bit of a tank following this game unless he picks things back up.
Yeah, if he gets a hit right here, it goes right back up to 500 as he fouled that ball straight back, which is a sign to me he's right on the baseball. He's just missing it right now. So hopefully he can poke one through the hole of some sort.
1-1 is popped in the direction of center and looks to be playable, though. It will, and the catch is made, and the sign is retired. So 2 straight pops get the Cardinals out here in this bottom half of the 7th. They trail 4-2 going into the 8th. And as we take a break quicker than I think the Cardinals would have liked us to, we take a 4-2 lead for the Rebels into it. Cardinals baseball presented to you on stretchinternet.com and Facebook, not Facebook Live, my apologies, the Royal Examiner's Facebook page. Website, there we go. Golly day, I'm living in last season right now. 4-2 ball game, Rebels lead. Let's just get off here for a quick break. Cardinals baseball, we'll be back with you on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network.
Number 263-477.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
The Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping LLC are proud supporters of the Front Royal Cardinals. Wines Bookkeeping specializes in a variety of business and tax services with outstanding support. We understand how busy you are, and with our expertise, we can take our care of your business needs quickly and effectively. Wines Bookkeeping has been serving the Front Royal area for over 50 years. Wines Bookkeeping LLC, your business services professionals.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. As we get started with this top half of the 8th, we'll take a brief 10-second pause for a station identification on the Front Row Cardinals Radio Network.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
As we get set and ready to resume play here in this top half of the 8th, the Rebels lead 4-2 over the Front Royal Cardinals. And if you're the Cardinals, this is crunch time when you get back into offense because you're playing as a team who has not scored since the second frame.
Absolutely. And Seikos, he's done a nice job since that 3-run inning he allowed in the top of the 5th. He did give up the 1 in the 7th, but even then he looked pretty good. He just gave up one little hit as that ball's lined to Drew Camp at third base. What a play.
Indeed, that was a play.
Just like that ball to Jack Hay about 2 innings ago, that ball was roasted. And Drew Camp made a hell of a play on that.
Peyton Parker. I don't know why I was thinking Peter Parker. Peyton Parker, the previous batter.
Peter Parker is Spider-Man, I do believe.
That's what I was thinking of. I don't know where I got that from. I've been trying to say Peter Parker all day, and I don't know why. Anyway, let's get past that. Garrett Wallace is your man at the plate now. He takes a strike looking on the first one. 0 for 1 is the count now as Seikos will set and deal. And he will lose his bat on that swing and miss. Oh, my goodness. That went hot into the wall. Nothing in 2 is the count on the next one. Wallace will inspect his bat. Faces an 0-2, 1 out down in this top half of the 8th. His team leads 4-2. Seikos will set and deal the 0-2. That's popped this time fair in the direction of third. Will pop up into the outfield for a base hit off of an error at third.
Yeah, two stories right there. Drew Camp made a really nice play on the play before, but that makes an error right there on what seemed to be more of a routine play. That ball was hit hard, but that was right at him. It looked like he got his glove down and just hit the heel and bounced into left field.
That brings up Maddox McDonald, the right fielder, 6'1", 188-pound sophomore out of Louisiana Lafayette, hometown San Antonio. 1 runner on base now for the Rebels here in this top half of the 8th. First pitch is down the alley for a strike one looking, and the count now goes 0-1 here for McDonald.
Yeah, best case scenario right here is Seikos gets a double play ball so then the Frost brothers can turn 2, because that's exactly what the Cardinals need is to get out of this inning without a run scoring. That will definitely do the job.
Seikos sets up and will fire back to first. However, the play is not in time, but a great try nonetheless.
Great stop there by Hay, too. You could tell that ball almost got away from him, so it was a good job to stay in front and make sure that he caught that ball before making sure that he tagged the runner.
0-1 is the count here. Seikos will set. Stares down the batter and will deal. That is fouled back into the netting behind the batter's box at Ben Crosby Stadium. So the count will go down 0-2 now for McDonald in his third statistical at-bat of the game. He sits at a .333 on-base percentage off of a walk earlier in this game. Now he faces an 0-2 and still looking for his first hit in this contest this evening. Seikos will set and deal the 0-2. That is missed for ball 1. It kind of appeared that Wallace wanted to steal, but inevitably didn't at the very last second. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now for McDonald. Again, third at-bat of the game statistics-wise, looking for his first hit as he will cut and miss for strike 3.
For those of you just tuning into the game, Seikos on the mound right now for the Front Royal Cardinals, and he has allowed 4 runs on his 4th inning of work right now, with the Rebels being up 4-2 over the Cardinals and winning the hit column 7-6 with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. The Cardinals looking to end this threat and get to the bottom of the 8th with the bats rolling.
Ryan McCarthy at plate now, and the first pitch to him is missed upstairs for ball 1. He had to lean out of the way a little bit in order to avoid the HBP, as he will face a 1-0 on the next one. Again, 2 outs down in this top half of the 8th. The Rebels lead 4-2, 7-6 in the hit column, going in the favor of the Rebels. Runner on first does not advance yet as the pitch is downstairs for ball 2. The runner on first is Garrett Wallace, following an error at third, that popped into the outfield, and now a 2-0 count for McCarthy. in his third statistical at-bat of the game. He's 1 for 2, so he's got a hit going from tonight, his first hit of the season. He fouls that one back, so he'll now face a 2-1 on the next pitch. A reminder here at Bing Crosby Stadium, Wednesday night, June 8th, will be Brody Michael night here at the stadium against the Winchester Royals. First pitch will be thrown at 7 o'clock here at Bing Crosby Stadium, so we hope all that are listening can attend that game. If not, it will be here live on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. As that pitch is downstairs for ball 3, and the count now goes to 3 balls and 1 strike for McCarthy.
Yeah, much smaller crowd here tonight. Even though opening night was pretty big, I was expecting still a little bit bigger of a crowd tonight. But I guess Sunday night's a tough one because people got work in the morning. People have to get their kids to school in the morning.
3-1 is popped into center. It looks to be playable. It is by Bazio. He fires that one in the direction of third, but it will be cut off at short. However, the play at first is not in time as well. And did Bazio not make that catch out there?
Bazio did not make that catch. That ball fell right in front of him. That was a hard hit line drive. And sucks for the Cardinals, but now it is first and third. Still 2 outs, though, so hopefully they can get out of this. But right as I was saying, it's a much smaller crowd here, which you never know. That could play a factor because when the Cardinals seemed to get going the other night, it was when the crowd was going just as much because when they were hitting a little bit, the crowd started getting going. They felt better at the plate. They had the adrenaline pumping through them. So hopefully any of you guys that can make it out on Wednesday night, the next game, we would love to have you. Get these Front Royal Cardinals some energy in them and get the bats rolling at Bing Stadium again.
And the crowd, especially here tonight, has been a little lax, especially since the second frame, as the Cardinals have failed to score since that frame. They led 2-0 going into the 5th inning, where it all fell down for them, giving up 1 run and then adding an extra 2 insurance runs for the Rebels, and now they lead 4-2 as that's popped foul on the right side. So the count will now go 0-1 to start things off here for the new batter, Seth Beckstead, the catcher.
Yeah, hopefully Sakas can get himself out of this inning because that would be huge for him too. You know, you never want to go into a game and allow runs in 3 of the 4 frames that you pitched as he comes set here and he deals to Beckstead.
It's missed for ball 1. The count evens 1 ball and 1 strike.
I held off on saying that was a strike because he's been calling that. He's been calling that outside corner. So I was expecting either a late call or something around there, but it ended up just being a ball for a 1-1 count.
In fact, I even heard across the hallway again, our DJ, Paul Stinson, said, "Is that not a strike?" That one is, though, as that's down the alley for strike 2 looking. And the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes here.
I think Beckstead thought that was a bit low as he looked back to the umpire, probably asking him where he saw that pitch because he probably thought that was down low. But either way, it is now a 1-2 count with Sakas trying to get out of this inning, hopefully with no runs being allowed.
Sakas recording a 9.81 ERA this game. He has almost matched his collegiate career ERA. So not a great sign if you're trying to lower that ERA down, but
but if you can get it out here, you will definitely lower that ERA.
Indeed.
And boost the confidence. That's the most important thing. You know, as time goes on, you're going to feel more confident as the season goes on, but the rougher you start out, it's going to take a little bit longer to build that confidence as he comes set right here with the 1-2 pitch, and he deals strike
3, and that will retire the side as Sakas picks up, I believe it is number 4. It is on the night. Alex Sakas getting the strikeout there to retire the side and to keep the Rebels scoreless here.
Yeah, absolutely. Big strikeout right there to end the inning as we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning. Thank you for listening here on Point Streak and the Front Royal Examiner YouTube Live. So we will see you when the bottom of the 8th rolls around. Hopefully the Cardinals can get the bats going.
This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals! We return to you from Bing Crosby Stadium here in the bottom half of the eighth. The Front Royal Cardinals trail 4-2 over the visiting Newmarket Rebels. And play resumes for the Cardinals.
Trying to get it going here, Drew Camp. Not only trying to get the Cardinals going here, but trying to get his second hit of the ballgame and get him going for the season, as he was hitless coming into the season.
Here comes the opening pitch.
Coming into this game.
Here comes the opening pitch to Camp in this at-bat, and that's missed for ball one. And like you said, Matthew, Camp is hitless so far this season, so he is really looking for something to go here. As that one misses for ball two, and the count now goes to 2-0 for Camp.
Great spot to get a hit here. Great spot to get the rally going, because we know these Cardinals love to get it going with 2 strikes as the 2-0 is.
That one
hit off of Drew Camp's arm.
It did hit off of his arm around the elbow.
Or at least that's what he's calling. Drew Camp reacted like he did not know that ball hit him.
We've got a situation here. The catcher is contesting it. Arthur Stenberg, the Newmarket coach, is going out to contest that call. And there will be no mercy given here for the Newmarket bench.
Yeah, no, if you look at Drew Camp's reaction, he looked like he was ready to just get back in the box.
And they're going to review this play, so we will take a brief pause for a 10-second station identification. You're listening to Cardinals Baseball as we go into the official break, and we will come back to you, hopefully, with some results.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
So the officials are convening here at Bing Crosby Stadium following a call off of a HBP here at Bing Crosby Stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're sending Drew Camp to hit again.
They will bring him back.
And I think this is a little bit of Drew Camp's fault, if I'm going to be completely honest. Drew Camp, they called a hit by pitch, and he looked like he was ready to just get back in and hit for a 3-0 count. And that's what he's about to do right now. But I think if he wasn't ready to hit again, if he just ran down to first base, they probably just would have ruled it a hit by a pitch at the end of the day. But Drew Camp, I guess he just wants to hit. That's all that matters to him. He just wants to get another hit for himself.
So correction from earlier, Drew Camp does have a hit this game. Only 1 out of 3 at-bats. So looking to make it a 500 off of this at-bat. As the stat card went from him to Jack Hay, he bouncing balls that one to third, but it will be foul before it gets there.
Interesting right there. He's swinging on 3-0. I mean, I know that it's a fun count to swing on because you're going to get a really good pitch to hit. Excuse me, they called that a foul ball. So now it is a 2-2 count. It is not 3-0. So
I can see why they called that foul, but that's kind of questionable. If it's an HBP, it should be out of play.
Well, if it's an HBP, or if they thought it was an HBP and then they found out that it didn't hit them, I'm shocked they just didn't call it a ball.
Right.
But I guess not. I guess they just thought that it hit the bat, and that's what the umpire heard, not the fact that it hit Drew. So now it's a 2-2 count as Drew fouled that one off. And the pitch.
Deals. That's bouncing ball to second. The play should be made at first. It is in time. So the first out is recorded as Camp, who thought he was going to go to first swiftly, and unfortunately for him, didn't.
Yeah, that's a huge turn of events right here. Cardinals down 4-2, putting that runner at the plate as the tying run. That would have been huge for that, but instead, now they have one out, and they're still looking to get that runner, that tying run up to the plate as he's in the on-deck circle right now in the form of Dallas Height as Jack Hay comes to the plate ready to hit.
Jack Hay misses, or rather looks at that one for a strike, but he is missing his hit this game, 0 for 2. He is 2 for 5 coming into it with a home run that we witnessed Friday night. And that, if that is repeated this game, that would be almost a momentum shift here for the Cardinals late in this game.
Absolutely. I think that the next team to score will definitely swing the momentum their way, because the Rebels, they just want to tack on some more runs in the top of the ninth as Jack Hay with a huge cut right there, trying to put that ball where he put it into orbit last home game. As it now goes to 1-2. But if the Cardinals can score here, they at least think that they are back. They are right back in this game, not just think, but they will put themselves right back in this game as Jack Hay fouls it off for a continuation of a 1-2 count.
So that was a great read by Hay to swing and keep himself alive in this at bat as he stays at a 1-2, 1 out down in this bottom half of the eighth rather. As that's popped up in the direction of center field, that looks to be playable, though. And the catch will be made out there, I believe, by the left fielder, Kai Holiday eventually made the grab. And out number 2 is recorded, as that will send up Dallas Height, the newbie, to the stadium.
Yeah, Dallas Height had that double earlier in the game. And even though the Front Royal Cardinals did score, that inning looks like it's going to haunt them, because JoJo Jackson, I remember, put that ball well into left center, and Kai Jackson made a really nice play. But if that ball would have landed, it would have been a 3-run inning for the Cardinals right there. And you never know. It could be a tie ball game right now if that would have happened. But it didn't happen, and now Dallas Height is up trying to get this rally going with 2 outs.
Dallas Height starts up in the count 1-0 and then faces a strike looking. So the count evens out 1 ball and 1 strike here. 2 outs down. In this bottom half of the eighth, the Cardinals trail 4-2 over the visiting Newmarket Rebels. Deaton sets and will deal the 1-1 that is missed for ball 2. So the count now goes up for Dallas Height. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Again, 2 outs down.
There's a few yelling from the crowd. I don't know who it's at. I think it's at the umpire right now, but I think they just didn't like that call or something. I have no clue.
Believe it or not, that's actually from the room across from us. As Dallas Height faces a 3-1 following the pitch that was way downstairs. But
I know he just wants to hit right now, but I think I would look for a walk.
That's popped up in the right center field. Looks to be playable. The catch will be made by McDonald, and the side will retire. So we've got 2 frames left underneath us as the Cardinals trail 4-2 going into the ninth. Anything is possible. However, the way the Cardinals have been playing the last 6 frames, it might not go their way. But, again, you never know. Late in the game, magic can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're just looking for a spark plug in the bottom of that 9th inning with JoJo Jackson's replacement, Drew Bristro, coming up at the plate to lead off the inning with Brody Poppel and Connor Frost. As coming up for the Rebels will be Peyton Parker, Wallace, and then, it will be Morales, Burwash, and then Holiday coming up in this top of the 9th inning for the Rebels.
As we go to the top of the 9th, we'll take a brief break to hear a word from our sponsors. This is Cardinals Baseball, everywhere you can find it on the Front Royal Cardinals Radio Network.
Overlooking the scenic Shenandoah River in a lovely sylvan setting, our campus is spacious, yet inviting, rich in culture, beauty, and history. It is a setting well suited for our time-tested Catholic liberal arts curriculum, the same education that has inspired and produced the greatest men and women of Christendom over the past 2,000 years. Inside and outside the classroom, you will experience an integrated life. Here, you will strengthen your intellect in such a powerful way that you will have the ability to master any subject, no matter how complex the vocational calling. You will thrive in a supportive and Christ-centered culture dedicated to helping you realize your potential. Our education is not an education for the faint of heart, but for those willing to accept the bold and challenging call from God to become the great men or women that He wants them to be. Dare to join us. Dare to be great.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
And we welcome you back to Bing Crosby Stadium, where Alex Sakis has been retired here in this top half of the ninth inning. For him will be Daniel Johnson, a 6'3", 185-pound senior out of the University of Scranton, the hometown of White House Station, New Jersey. He would deal a strike to start things off. Pitch number 2 is missed for ball 1. The count now evens at 1 ball and 1 strike here.
That was a funky little windup right there. A little bit of a sidearm action from Johnson as he hits him. Morales gets on via a hit pitch, and that is not what you want if you're the Cardinals right now. Trying to get back in this game is a leadoff runner, especially by a hit-by pitch.
Sakis leaves the game pitching 4 complete innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 errors on his count, walked 2, struck out 4. And now Daniel Johnson coming in with his first batter hitting them. His first pitch to
Burwash.
The new batter
was attempting to bunt right there, trying to get the runner over. He did have a line drive to center field, so he has a nice little swing right there. So I'm kind of surprised that they have him bunting.
1-0 count now for Burwash. He's 1 for 2 this evening. He's gotten on base outside of his hit. That pitch is missed for ball 2, and the count now goes 2-0 for Burwash in his 3rd statistical at-bat of the game.
Another attempted bunt right there. I think they're just trying to get the runner over into scoring position because the last thing you want is to not score runs and put a little cushion on that lead, no matter what the score is. So they're trying to extend it to 5-2. Let's see if he bunts again.
Johnson sets at 2-0. Will deal it to cut and miss. The play at second will be thrown, but it's not in time, and it's way over the bag. There was, in fact, no Cardinal players there. But listening to what the coworkers across the hall are saying, was that umpire in the way?
No, what they're calling is that the batter was in the way. It was batter's interference, and that's why the runner is being sent back to first base, and the batter is out. So now we got a free out. It went from a 2-1 count to now we have a free out with a runner on first base for the Rebels as Johnson is trying to get out of this with the top of the lineup.
Kai Holiday comes up, and he swings and misses for the first one, so it's a nothing in 1 count to start things off here.
Kai Holiday's 0 for 3 in this game with 2 strikeouts, ground ball to second base for an out, and a walk, but he got caught stealing literally the next pitch. So hopefully for him, he wants to get it turned around. But for the Cardinals, we want him to K or even ground into a double play right here as that ball misses outside for a 1-1 count.
Kai Holiday now with a 1-1 count on the next pitch. There is 1 out down in this top half of the ninth. The Rebels lead 4-2, and with a runner on first, Johnson sets up and will deal the 1-1. That's missed for ball 2.
Yeah, hopefully for the Cardinals right here, if you can get him to ground into a double play, or at the very least, keep that runner on first base, get the second out here in the top of the ninth, and then keep it a 4-2 ball game going into the bottom of the ninth. That would be very ideal for the Cardinals right now as they look to get back into this ball game.
2 balls and 1 strike. Johnson sets and will deal it. He misses for ball 3, and the count now goes up for Holiday. 3 balls to 1 strike with 1 out down in this top half of the ninth. Again, the Rebels lead 4-2, and they are winning in the hit column 8-6 over the Cardinals.
Again, for you guys that are going to stay tuned for the bottom of the ninth inning, what we have coming up with that 3-2
bouncing ball to short. The play at first, rather, is not in time. So now there are 2 runners on base. Respectively, on first and second is Holiday and Morales.
as I was saying right before that happened, was if you guys are going to stay tuned for the bottom of the ninth for the Cardinals to hit and try and get back into this ball game, we have replacement Drew Bristro coming in to lead off the inning. Brody Poppel, the catcher, hitting second in the inning, and Connor Frost looking to get it going. That's who's due up, and then hopefully we can get at least Coltrane Rubner and Riley Frost up to tie this ball game in the bottom of the ninth. But for right now, we have Bryce Fowler, the center fielder for the Rebels here, looking to do some damage and get the ball into the outfield and get another run home for the Rebels, as it is a 1-0 count with one out, first and second in the top of the ninth, with the Rebels leading 4-2.
Johnson sets up, looks back at second. Will pitch the 1-0. That's missed for ball 2, and the count now goes up for Fowler at a 2-0 here in this top half of the ninth. One out down. Rebels lead 4-2.
Yeah, something that I would really hope to see right here by catcher Brody Poppel is a back pick to first base. Jackson's really getting a big lead as the pitch is fouled back for a 2-1 count. But as I was saying, Brody could easily throw him out if he back picks him there at first base. And obviously Jackson's going to be paying a little bit of attention, but he's not going to be expecting it, as he is not the lead runner. He is the trailing runner. So I think that'd be a pretty good idea to try and get a second out. But we'll see what happens as Johnson is ready to deal the 2-1, and he deals ground ball up the middle, deflected off of Johnson, and he makes the play at first base is Connor Frost. That was a nice little play to get the deflection for an out, as now we have two outs, second and third in the top of the ninth for the Rebels.
Fowler left that at bat at 2 for 4. He now sits 2 for 5 on the night, and he's taking a little time to leave the field off in foul territory, as Peyton Parker will come up to the plate.
Man, that kind of hurt. It sounded like it hurt as that ball was deflected off of Johnson's right arm, his pitching arm right there. But they did get the out, so you live with that little bit of pain right now as you try and get out of this inning scoreless.
Johnson sets and deals to Parker as that's popped up in the direction of left, and that catch is made out there in the swath of left center.
Nice play by Bossio right there to end the inning. As we go into the bottom of the ninth, it's a 4-2 ball game, and the Cardinals looking to make a little bit of a comeback here in the ninth inning, and we hope to see you on the other side. Thank you for listening in to Front Royal Cardinals Baseball on Point Streak or on the Front Royal Examiner.
Woods Cove Assisted Living has been working with families for over 15 years to offer quality care to patients who need additional support. We concentrate on working with our residents in need of this kind of support and delivering health care and other essential services in the solace of their new home. Our demonstrated track record of providing improved quality of life for our residents is evident in the satisfaction our families feel and the contentment our residents experience daily. We focus on quality healthcare that is family-centered and involve you, their family, in their healthcare plan. We understand that the services we provide should reflect the care a family member would afford our residents. Contact us at 540-636-6611 or visit us at 201 West Kreiser Road in Front Royal. At Woods Cove, your family is our family.
It was a code 10, hard water again. Worst part is Claire was unaware.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
Okay, are you 90?
I'm not.
Okay, secondly, how do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
And thirdly, how do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
Goodly. I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water. Stay soft, right?
You stay soft.
Good water doesn't just come to you. Oh, wait. In this case, yes, it does.
As we come back to you for this bottom half of the ninth frame from Bing Crosby Stadium, we will pause for a brief 10-second station identification on the Front Row Cardinals radio network.
You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network.
As we return to Bing Crosby Stadium, the final pitcher change for the Rebels this evening will be Christian Sanchez coming in. 6'3", 200-pound senior out of Tulane, hometown of Centerville, Virginia. As Deaton will leave the game completing 4 innings. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, and faced 13 batters for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Cameron, right here, we just need the Cardinals to score a few runs. And as you were saying, Deaton pitched well 4 innings, and he'll be counted for the win if they do end up holding on to this win. And the new pitcher, Christian Sanchez, will be recorded with the save if they end up getting the win here as well.
As we get set and ready to resume play here for the Cardinals will be Drew Bristow, the fill-in for JoJo Jackson. As we've stated earlier in this game, JoJo Jackson left with an injury off of a hit that got him to first base, and he was grabbing his lower right leg as Bristow has dealt a strike to start things off. And Bristow's played ever since, I believe it was the 2nd or 3rd inning.
I believe it was the 3rd inning when he got a hit. So Bristow has pinch run since then. And the 0-1 is check swung on and missed for a strike as the home plate umpire called that one himself. It is now 0-2 as Bristow tries to get these Cardinals back in this ballgame.
As we get set and ready here for an 0-2 count on the next pitch, Drew Bristow at the plate, looking for his first hit of the game and of the season. He's 0 for 1 tonight, 0 for 3 coming into it. So he's really looking for something here.
Yeah, absolutely. You always want to get started early in the season. So we'll see if Bristow can get the rally going here for the Cardinals with nobody on, nobody out.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanchez misses on that one to keep even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's from the box up here, but Sanchez definitely looks like he's throwing hard right now. I mean, he doesn't look as big as Deaton was, but he looks like he's coming with some power out of the right hand.
2 balls, 2 strikes now for Bristow, the leadoff batter for the frame. Here comes, and that's cut on and missed for strike 3. So out number 1 is recorded off of a strikeout, and Sanchez will pick up his first strikeout of the game. The good thing for the Cardinals is he can't pick up no more than 3.
That is correct.
As the catcher, Brody Papa, will come up to the plate. He's also looking for his first hit of the game and of the season. If he strikes out here or flies out or just doesn't make the hit at all, he will end this game 0 for 7 on the season.
Yeah, you never want to see that, especially out of your starting catcher. Catcher is definitely a position where even though you don't need the offense, you would love to get some offense every so often as he fouls that one back for an 0-2 count. But catcher is definitely a position you need that defense in. He's proven in this game that he has the defense to keep himself as the starting catcher. But if he's not hitting well, they're definitely going to try someone else out. But hopefully he can get something going so we can keep his glove there in the backstop. And as he swung on and missed, ball gets away from the catcher. Drop 3rd strike as Brody's hustling down to first
and he is in time. He is in time before the play is made. Brody Popple, what a play.
Now that's definitely an interesting one right there as the ball got away from the catcher and it was a strikeout, but we have a runner on. So with 1 out, that is huge. Rather than having 2 outs and nobody on, Brody Poppo got out of the box and hustled down as soon as he found out that ball got away from the catcher. So hopefully that will spark a little rally, but we've been saying that for a long time now.
The pitching coach for Newmarket will take an appearance out at the mound and just talk to Sanchez here. Meanwhile, the tying run for the Cardinals is in Connor Frost, who will come up. And Frost, he's had a hit this game, but not much else has gone for him. And that hit was early on this game. So he's got to get something to go here for him. Although his at-bat isn't necessarily the most important, but if he can get on, then that's a big play right there.
No, absolutely. Connor Frost is not one of these guys that you're looking at. You think he's going to put one out of the yard. So obviously if he does, that would be great for the Cardinals, but right now, you're hoping he can just get on base because he does have a little bit of speed. So Brody and Connor on first and second, or even second and third would be great right now. So hopefully he can get something going. On the 0-0 is right down the middle. For strike 1, it is 0-1.
And the Cardinals really have to watch themselves in terms of stealing if Frost does get on base, because they can eventually, or they could inevitably turn that into a double play and call the game here. As pitch number 2 is missed for ball 1, and the count is now even 1 ball, 1 strike. And now there is more disgust in the crowd. However, that one did kind of look more on the ball side than it would on the strike side.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Connor's going to take it because he just wants to get a good pitch to hit as he fouls one back and is now in a 1-2 hole.
So he's got to swing if he wants to stay alive at this one, because if he lets one go by, then that's not a good situation for him right there.
Yeah, and the biggest thing right now is Connor Frost needs to get on base because the guy behind him, Coltrane Rubner, can definitely put one out of the yard. He's been struggling a little bit, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have the pop to get it out.
Coltrane has been looking for his first hit this game, as well as adding that to season stats. Connor Frost picked up his first hit in yesterday's game, I believe, and he's added on to that to make 2 hits total on the season, and he's sitting so far in this game 1 for 3. Again, his first hit coming earlier in this game, but after that, just not much going for him as he faces a 2-2 on the next one from Sanchez. Here comes, that is popped foul into the netting, and the count will remain where it is for Connor Frost.
Good fight right here from Connor. I mean, definitely 2 tough pitches that he has fouled off to remain himself in this at-bat. So hopefully he can put one in the outfield. Hopefully a single, line drive single is definitely something that he can do.
Brody Popple on first, Connor Frost at the plate. And that is missed for ball 3, and the count will fill at 3 balls and 2 strikes for Connor Frost.
Good take right there. That was a swing and miss kind of slider that Sanchez obviously wanted him to swing at, but didn't get him to swing at it. And with 3-2 right now, with only 1 out, I don't think the runner will be going, but we'll see what happens.
Sanchez sets up and deals the payoff. That's cut and missed for strike 3. And there is 1 out from separating the Cardinals continuing this game or the Rebels picking up their second straight win over the Cardinals, and the Cardinals falling to 1-2, the Rebels going to 3-0. As the right fielder Coltrane Rubner comes up, as stated before, he is looking for his first hit of the game and of the season. So if he gets it now, he would probably be hailed a hero.
Especially if he can put one out of the yard right now.
Oh, yes. No kidding.
And I know it's a little bit too early to say, but if we see a strikeout to end this game from anyone right now, Sanchez will complete this inning with 4 strikeouts. That will be a sight to see, as you don't see that too often, as the runner on first base, Brody Popple, did reach on a drop 3rd strike.
Coltrane Rubner swung and missed on the first one. The second one he has to move out of the way to miss being hit by, so the count leaving at 1 ball and 1 strike here for the right fielder, possibly the last batter of this game, depending on how the Rebels play it. There are 2 outs on the board in this bottom half of the ninth. The Cardinals trail 4-2.
Yeah, the Rebels want to end it right now as the 1-1 is dealt and swing and a miss.
Count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes for Rubner, and 1 swing and miss will do it.
Yeah, the Rebels want to end it right here because the top of the lineup is ready to go right after Rubner if he can get on base. So that's the last thing you want to see if you're the Rebels, is the top of the lineup. But that's the first thing you want to see if you're the Cardinals right here.
Here comes the 1-2 that's popped and fouled off on the third base side. So Rubner stays alive here as, again, he faces a 1-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. He could possibly be the last batter in this game if he doesn't play his cards right.
Absolutely. Hopefully he can just continue this at bat as long as he can to get a good pitch to hit or just to get a walk. Either will work right now for the Cardinals. They need anything to get this rally going.
Sanchez sets up and will deal the 1-2 that is cut on and missed for strike 3. And that will do it here from Bing Crosby Stadium. The Cardinals fall to the Newmarket Rebels 4-2. The Cardinals fall to 1-2 on the season. The Rebels perk up to a impressive 3-0 start. As we come back to you in just a moment with our post-game wrap-up here, the Cardinals fall 4-2 over the visiting Newmarket Rebels. You're listening to Cardinals Baseball on StretchNet.com and on the Real Examiner's YouTube page and website. You're home for the Cardinals all season long as the Front Royal Cardinals Baseball Radio Network. This is Cameron Whalen, broadcaster for the Front Royal Cardinals. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball camps are coming up soon. The Cardinals baseball camp is designed to help the up-and-coming baseball player learn the skills they see used at Bing Crosby Stadium every day by the Front Royal Cardinals baseball players. Leading the camp this year will be the Front Royal coaching staff and players. They have designed the camp to help the campers learn how to master proper fundamentals in a fun and exciting atmosphere. Top-level collegiate baseball players from around the country will be instructing your child on how to play like players do in college. Each camper receives daily individual instruction lectures and demonstrations, individual camp awards, quality coaching, cookout with players the last day of each camp, free passes to all Cardinal home games, and campers will be recognized at Camp Recognition Night. All camps are located at Bing Crosby Stadium in Front Royal. Campers should bring a glove or mitt, baseball shoes, a favorite bat, batting gloves, hat, practice pants, and t-shirt. We ask that all parents please write campers' names on all items. The Front Royal Cardinals are not responsible for loss or damage of any camper's belongings. The Fundamentals Day Camp will be from June 20th through 23rd, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The Pitchers and Catchers Camp will run from June 27th through the 29th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Each camp is $75 for a registration fee, or both is $140. Sign your child up today at frontroyalcardinals.org/camps. We hope to see you at the Bing this season for camps and for the regular season. Go Cardinals!
The Knights of Columbus. Catholic men building a bridge back to faith. There's much work to be done in this world. Good work, necessary work. And that's what the Knights do every day. Assisting the sick and disabled, protecting those who can't protect themselves. Whether they are next door or halfway around the world, this is the journey we are on, our path. We do it to be better husbands, fathers, sons, neighbors, and Catholics. We invest our time, our effort, and our resources into our values: charity, unity, fraternity, patriotism. We come from many places and backgrounds and stages in our lives, but we are all of one faith. It's one thing to say who you are, it's another to live it, to put your values into action. That's what we do at the Knights of Columbus. That's who we are.
Welcome to Hazard Mill Farms, located in the beautiful Appalachian foothills of Virginia. The farm offers lodging, a retreat center, and catering. We also offer a wide range of outdoor activities and recreation. Located on the banks of the Shenandoah River, we invite you to enjoy many river activities, swimming, tubing, and canoeing. We provide many options for your wedding and other events. If you want a peaceful place to relax, spend time with family, simply enjoy the beauty of the surrounding area, or host a killer event, Hazard Mill Farms is the perfect place for you. All of our rental spaces are available for your special event. Visit hazardmillfarm.com to reserve today.
Welcome back to Bing Crosby Stadium. As we wrap things up here, it is a 4-2 loss here for the Cardinals against the Newmarket Rebels here at Bing Crosby Stadium, the first home loss of the 2022 season. And before we start with our post-game analysis, we'd like to thank our sponsor for this evening's game, Hazard Mill Farms.
Yeah, Hazard Mill. Go there for any weddings or events that you need booked, big events, small events, whatever it is. They have fun out on the farm, out on the river. It is located on the Shenandoah River, so they have tubing, swimming, fishing, whatever you need on the river, as well as jiu-jitsu lessons. So if you want to learn jiu-jitsu, just get out on that river or just have a nice, peaceful time out at Hazard Mill Farms. We recommend you guys do that, as well as just have a nice time and a nice night after we are done wrapping up here.
And again, our final score here, Front Royal falls for the second straight time to the Newmarket Rebels in as many days here, 4-2 this time. They lost to Newmarket last night, 2-0, where the pitching was solid, but the hits just wouldn't fall. And that was less of a statement, as it was more around the other side as pitching changes. There were only 3 pitching changes in the game, where it was started with the Cardinals. It started with Kevin Warreneck, who pitched 4 complete. Then Coach Marsh went to Alex Sakis for another 4, and then ended the game with Daniel Johnson. And Matthew, who do you think would get the win in this case?
Well, the loss, because
the
Cardinals lost. The loss will go to Sakis because he lost the lead, but it was also the fact that Warnock did not go the 5 innings needed in order to get the win, even if the Cardinals were able to hold on to that win. So the win or loss would have gone to Sakis in that situation unless somebody else blew the lead later in the game. And when it comes down to the pitching was solid. Sakis had 1 bad inning, really. He allowed 4 runs, but even on the inning where he only allowed 1 run, the ball just got away from Brady, and it was 1 hit that killed him. Where in the other inning, he just got himself into a bases-loaded jam twice and just could not get out of it, allowing 3 runs in that inning, which ended up being the deciding factor in this game as the Cardinals lost 4-2.
Newmarket Rebels also go through 3 pitchers between Eduardo Mendoza and Christian Sanchez. And my partner, who do you think would get the win in that case?
Well,
yeah, I forgot to write the third one down.
It would be Blaine Deaton getting the win in that case because Blaine pitched from the 5th inning on, and the starting pitcher, Mendoza, did not go far enough to get the win. So congratulations to Deaton in this case. He got his first win of the season, and sadly, the Cardinals just came up short. Although it was a very well-pitched game on both sides, I felt like even though the Cardinals could not get it going after that 2nd inning, it really felt like the Rebels were just on their game as well as the Cardinals on the pitching side. It just, the bats weren't rolling for the Cardinals after the 7th inning, and that's what ended up hurting them as they ended the game with 13 strikeouts, I believe, which is just not going to get the job done. You can't expect yourself to win a ball game when you strike out 13 times.
Cardinals again fall to the Newmarket Rebels 4-2 here at Bing Crosby Stadium for their first home loss of the 2022 season, and their second loss to the Rebels in as many days as they played them last night in Newmarket. And the Cardinals fell to the Rebels there 2-0 in a pretty well-pitched game as the Cardinals only went through 2 pitchers, but then ended up in this game pitching 2 for 4 innings apiece, and then one ending it, Daniel Johnson ending it for the final frame of the game. And the pitching after the 2nd inning was more of a factor in the Rebel scores versus the Cardinals offense.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's not much more we can add on to this as the Cardinals look to bounce back on Monday, which is tomorrow, away at Woodstock at 7 p.m. So any of you guys that can make it there, we hope to see you there. For any of you guys that will just listen live to the Woodstock audio, that would be great as well. And the Cardinals will be back here on Wednesday the 8th against Winchester at 7 p.m. again as they look to get it going. And we will be hosted by the Brody Michael Foundation for that game. So we hope to see you all out there at 7 p.m. on Wednesday the 8th.
Again, a reminder, Brody Michael Foundation is sponsoring Wednesday evening's game, June 8th at 7 o'clock. The Winchester Royals will come to town to face the the Front Royal Cardinals, for the first time of the season after a stint at Woodstock on Monday, then an off day on Tuesday, and then play will resume again on Wednesday, June 8th, with a great foundation coming in and supporting the Front Royal Cardinals baseball team, the Brody Michael Foundation, truly coming in and just showing everyone what a true organization is and just being just a supportive organization after such a terrible loss to a young man in this county that just really just didn't need anything like this to happen, and the family as well. But a great foundation coming in and supporting the Cardinals here on Wednesday evening. We hope everyone can come out to watch it in person, but if you can't, we will be here on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network all night long between the hours of 6:30 and game time ending. Our pregame coverage will start at around 6:30 on Wednesday again against the Winchester Royals. Again, our final score here, 4-2. Newmarket takes the win over Front Royal for the first loss for the Cardinals here at Bing Crosby Stadium in the 2022 campaign. Front Royal Cardinals like to thank our 2022 sponsors, the Wines Family and Wines Bookkeeping, the Town of Front Royal, Warren County Government, Cedarville Ruriton Club, the Knights of Columbus, Christendom College, Midway Service Center and Towing, Dominion Health and Fitness, Culligan Water, Hazards Mill Farms, the Brody Michael Foundation, Card My Yard Front Royal, Kenny Sports Shop, Woods Cove Assisted Living, Green to Ground, U.S. Inspect, Lindsay Chevrolet, TLC Settlements, Reaching Out Now, and the Front Royal Little League. The Front Royal Cardinals baseball is presented to you on the air by StretchInternet.com and the Royal Examiner, the affiliates of the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. This live stream is copyrighted by the Front Royal Cardinals, the Valley Baseball League, and our affiliates on the Front Royal Cardinals radio network. The use of any copyrighted material in all forms of media without the express written consent of the aforementioned is prohibited. Once again, your final score from this evening's game: Newmarket 4, Front Royal 2. From Bing Crosby Stadium alongside Matthew Wiseman, this is Cameron Whalen saying so long until next time.